10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, Wrestle Talk Podcast. Hey, great to see you guys out there tonight. Great to be back here tonight. Got one heck of a show lined up for you. We are going to be talking with the fam, Marcellus Knyght and Alex Steele. Great tag team. Can't wait to talk with them, man. Heck of a show lined up. And episode number 533. Can't believe we are at 533. Seems like just yesterday we were at 500. Don't seem like that long ago we were at 400. I mean, I tell you, it just, time is flying for us here. But, cannot wait. So, I tell you what, I don't think my co-host is ready yet because I don't see him in the back. So real quick.
He is always late, so I'm just going to jump in and take his spot real quick, man.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I can't just avoid this. I mean, it's what we do. They tune in just to see this cute face. That's what it is. That's why I do this.
Well, we've yet to see the cute face.
Oh, man. See, that's horrible. It's okay, though. It happens.
But, if anybody doesn't know, this man over there, somewhere
over yonder,
is the one and only Ace. He's joined us here with Wrestle Talk Podcast. He'll be popping in and out tonight from time to time. He's gonna be in the back there, back in the truck, running the boards for us. So we want to thank him for that. And but while we wait on my co-host to get here tonight, why don't we go ahead and roll the beautiful bean footage of our sponsors?
Gotcha. Can't do anything without them.
That's right. Can't do nothing without our great and wonderful sponsors, so we definitely want to thank them. As always, we have Retro Zone, Painter's Dream Productions. We have WDWA, St. Louis Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame, Doomed Outfitters, which is this man right over here, and we have the FWWC, the world's premier fantasy wrestling group. And I'm sure at some point here later we will get into the FWWC and a little more about what that is if you don't know. And if you don't know, shame on you. That means you haven't been watching us, so otherwise you would know.
Right.
But, thanks for being here. Thanks to our great and wonderful sponsors. Also, we have this thing called a fan sponsorship. Right now, our only fan sponsor is the one and only Susie Haas, and if you want to know more about being a fan sponsor, hit us up. Let us know. You can be one of our fan sponsors. We'd love to have you. And also, if you're on Facebook, you might see a little thing that says send stars. Please send us some stars. We absolutely love when we get stars because it's through things like that we continue to fund the Wrestle Talk Podcast and continue to be able to bring this great content. So definitely send us a few stars We really appreciate it. I believe it looks like my co-host has finally showed up a little late here, but he's finally here.
Sir, it is fashionably late. All right, not everybody can do it the way that Gabriel Arsen can, sir.
Well, while he's here, I'm going to step on out. The old dog's got a curfew. You know how that goes. So y'all need me, I'm here.
All right. Well, pop in anytime you feel like it. If we're getting a good take on something and you want to interject your opinion, feel free to pop in. And it ain't often I tell you that. So, hey,
I know, right?
you better take it up while you got it.
Wait, yeah. Haas wants Ace to pop what?
I know, right? That's 2026. We can't question that. But all right, y'all. Have a good show.
All right. Thanks. So, Gabe, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm ready to talk wrestling, John Haas. That's what I'm ready to do because we have some great guests lined up here for the Wrestle Talk podcast. And we got a very, very big smorgasbord of pro wrestling because we're not just covering WWE, ladies and gentlemen. We've got everything from every reach and corner of the pro wrestling world. We got something for TNA. We got some questions regarding a certain major league that I know is coming up that we're proud to announce. AEW.
But Gabe, I have some absolute breaking news, some of the best news there could possibly be, because this is absolutely wonderful to find out. The Snitch is here.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Snitch, for joining us.
Oh, no.
How much better can tonight get? Gabe was late, but the Snitch was here for me. Thank you, Snitch. I always appreciate you.
Quite the contrary, Snitch. Luke is actually putting in a lot of the work from behind the scenes because he is the reason we have our fantastic guest here tonight and currently working on our fantastic game show questions because, as always, we like the world famous game show challenge here in the FWWC and the Wrestle Talk podcast.
But, as always, I've already hit our great sponsors, but we still have something left to do here. We cannot go any further until we... Okay.
We good?
But until we do the one thing that we always do, and I know our fans look forward to, and that is honor one of the best damn countries around. Actually, not one of the best country around, that being America, damn it. So if you will remove your hats, place your hands over your hearts for the playing of the national anthem. Brings a tear to your eye or blood to your ears every time, and just wouldn't be the same without Roseanne.
Again, Haas, your mouth is moving, but there's no sound coming out. I think that might be a result of Roseanne Barr.
Can you hear me now?
Should be good. Well, you got your mic on this time, so yes.
But yes, brings a tear to your eye or blood to your ears, whichever one. But, the show just would not be the same without Roseanne. And just a quick note, some of you might notice we started just a tad bit earlier than what we had been. We're actually going to be moving our start time forwards a little bit. And some of you will be excited to know the Shoot and Shout will be back from now on, which is one of the reasons we're moving ahead a little bit. And so you will notice some tweaks in the format here and there, but we're gonna try to make sure we hit everything every show, because we've had fans that say they love the shoot and shout, and so we decided to bring it back for you. So we will be hitting that later on in the show, and shout out to Jimmy Harris. Great to see you joining us, Jimmy. Always a pleasure. He thinks he should have waited later. That because he doesn't want to see you so much, Gabe? I don't understand. But all right, I believe we've got our sponsors out the way. We got the intro out the way. So I think it's time we get into talking some wrestling. What do you think, Gabe? Gabe, we can't hear you. Nothing. All right, while you try to fix that, let's go ahead and hit that DJ Money for that high spots entrance.
Mic check, mic check. Yeah. All right. Wrestle Talk Podcast. DJ Money. Yeah. Let's go. Welcome to High Spots, where we pop news like lamb chops. We dog shop, coming through the screens of a laptop and non-stop like a runner speeches of blacktop. We hit hard like chair shots and back drops like a spark flash, look like a barely fly. Now that's hard. We up to speed while they stay slow. Wrestle Talk Podcast, now they know we about to start the show.
All right, now we got that great music by DJ Money. Want to thank him for that.
Am I coming in clear?
I hear you loud and clear now.
Perfect. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. My microphone was acting up.
Well, Jimmy Harris seems to think that Roseanne stole your voice.
I'm going to see you after the show, Jimmy.
So, all right. Let's see if the boys in the truck can get that randomizer going for us, and let's see what we're going to talk about tonight. It's up. All right. What is we got? The randomizer is working a little slow tonight, I think. Oh, this looks like a question right up your alley right at the beginning here, Gabe.
All right. So with Vikingo now the number one contender for the AAA Mega Campeón, given his recent incident with Americano, is his style becoming a liability, or is this simply the price of admission? Quite a place to start. I don't know if you actually saw the clip, Haas. Did you see it at all?
I have not seen the clip.
Oh boy. For the uninitiated, unfortunately we cannot show it ourselves. WWE would strike our product, but you can find it on YouTube. Everybody's been covering it. It was Grande Americano versus Vikingo. And it was he was doing the spot where he's in the corner and he puts both of his feet on his opponent and kind of pushes their head down. And Americano's neck kind of slips for a second. He's like on the bottom, and clear as day, he says, "Hey, tell this guy to watch my fucking neck," and proceeds to kick him in the back of the head again. And Americano has to no sell it. And I'm just thinking like, oh boy, this is I think we all know the general rule in wrestling is, you want to take care of your dance partner, so to speak, but
looks like Gabe froze on that one. Okay. Well, since Gabe froze up, I'll jump in here real quick. Like I say, I did not see the clip, but from what Gabe was saying, I mean, I know he's saying you have to take care of your dance partner, and you really do. You have to take care of that person that you're in the ring with. You don't want to get them hurt. You don't want to be hurt. You know, and there's a lot of stuff that's done in the world of professional wrestling that could very easily get someone hurt. So, you know, I'm not sure about his style too much, but for the most part, you know, each person has their own style, and that's where a lot of their fans come from, is their style. So I would say his style is probably just part of the admission because that's what he wants to do, but he needs to also take care of his opponents. And so he needs to be a little more conscientious about that, in my opinion. But like I say, I did not see the clip, so I'm just going on what Gabe said. So have you seen that clip?
I have not. I've heard about it, hadn't really seen it, so I can't really speak on much of that. So I'm kind of out of my range on that. Just in general, though, the whole idea of taking care of, like, I gotta say that's the problem with a lot of the wrestling these days. Is I think once again they get to a point where they could just do whatever they want to. It's whatever pleases the crowd. No regards for the fans. No regard for anything when it comes to the safety of themselves or their partner. So I don't know, man. You got to take care of your folks, but at the same time, I mean, fuck it. They're making a lot of money doing this. It's their body. They're getting paid for it. Let them mess each other up, man. I mean, it's entertaining. I'm not going to sit there and lie and say I don't enjoy seeing it. I mean, so I don't know.
And hey, I don't know who is controlling the Wrestle Talk podcast comments, whether that is coming from our executive director or if that is the guys in the truck.
Oh, man.
But they want to know if Gabe should upgrade his internet, push 1 for yes or 2 for no.
It took me a while to upgrade, man. I'm down here in South Georgia, so we got that backwoods internet.
Sir,
you must have got rid of that phone.
You talk smack to Snitch one time and he pulls your router. Like, it's just, I don't know where this guy gets around. It's a wonder this man is on Luke's side all the time. He finds us no matter what we've just got to paint it in a good light. All right.
Oh, just blame it on the Snitch. The Snitch, come on, man. If the Snitch was going to pull your router, he'd pop in himself. And that
guys act like he's not here. All right. I know he's waiting. All right. You just don't know where he's at.
You know, that wouldn't be a bad thing for Snitch to pop in. So, you know, ratings would go up automatically.
Now, as I was saying, gentlemen, if I could return back to the question, the thing is that the number one thing in wrestling, when it's not just taking care of your opponent, it's taking care of your opponent's neck. I think we all can agree that wrestling is already enough of a pain on your body as is, and we've all seen enough bad things have happened, especially involving necks when it comes to pro wrestling. So I do think Vikingo is a little bit out of line for that. I mean, I don't know if it's a language barrier thing. I don't know if it's a style thing. I don't know what it is particular. I want to assume that it was a language barrier, and that's why Kaiser was talking to the ref. But I certainly do not hope this is Vikingo trying to big league Americano, because if so, that is a huge dick move, and I don't think it benefits anybody. Could they turn this into something? Possibly, but yeah, I don't think you should hurt your opponent. I mean, I think it goes without saying, obviously, but just I can see where the comparison comes in, where people are saying, is that the price of admission? And part of me wants to say yes, but part of me also wants to say no, because I don't know. I'm just torn on it because of the way I feel.
So ultimately, though, who does that fall on, though? Because, I mean, does it fall on the promoter for booking people that have a huge language barrier, style barrier, stuff like that? If you're running a promotion and you know these guys can't speak the language, you know these guys can't counteract the way they should, that should fall on you. That should fall on the guy booking these matches. Like, there is no way in hell I'm going to sit there and take, like, a Ford Pinto and try to run it up against a Lamborghini. Completely different. It's going to be embarrassing. The same as wrestling. I don't feel that it's the talent's responsibility to catch the slack for that, because as a promoter, you're trying to put on a show. If your guys can't put on a show together, why the hell are you booking them together? That'll make no sense to me. I blame the booker for that.
I mean, I can understand where you're coming from with that, but that also goes down to it does go down to etiquette at the end of the day, because as a wrestler, you're still being paid to do a job. And it's like the last thing you're trying to do as a main event talent is injure the people who you're going to be main event to. You bust his neck up here. That's cool. You sold the tickets and you got it worthwhile. But what happens down the line, 2 months down the line, 5 months down the line? I understand where you're coming from in that if there is an issue, they need to fix it. But
like a receipt.
Sounds like a receipt to me. I don't know, because I don't know any spots where Kaiser seems like one of the safest wrestlers, Renee. So, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but does these Crawford better than any? Well, and then that's the thing I wanted to mention, Will, and what I wanted to mention, Haas, is that according to other people on the internet, you know, it's got to be on the internet. It's true. Is that apparently AAA has been known for this, that they've had issues with people getting busted up in the past. So honestly, I'm leaning to where you're at, Ace, because if that's the case, if this is just a reoccurring issue, this is a trend, this is something that they do, where do they go to adjust that? Is this WWE having to buckle down and tell AAA, okay, you may have been known for this in the past, but you're under our umbrella now and we can't have you fucking up our talent. You want to hurt your luchadors, go ahead. But, you know, Americano's our guy, even if we're lending him to you. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm torn on it, but I'm also with you in the boat that, yeah, I mean, that was the booker's decision. And if they need to smooth that out come next time, because we lucked out and he only stiffed him a little bit. It's like next time he's going to be hitting a 450 and falling on his neck or something, or, you know, busting him up when he's not supposed to.
Yeah. Ultimately, it falls on the, you know, like I said, it falls on the booker. You got to protect your talent. And that's with any sport. That's with every sport across the board. You're not going to put your talent in a position that's dangerous for them. And that really falls on the booker. It's just kind of a failure on their part to book people that's not compatible. That's what gets me.
And you know, I actually have to agree with you as much as it hurts. You know, I have to agree with you because, you know, one thing I have learned is the bookers, and not that I book the any real matches or anything, but the bookers do have to know who they're booking. They have to know their talent level, and they have to be able to look and say, okay, this person against this person, they can work well together. This person can help protect this person in the ring and, you know, help hide some of their flaws. But this person versus this person, this one's going to get hurt. So I don't want to put these two together, you know, and they have to be able to know that. And so, you know, I do have to agree with you that it seems like there may have been some error in the booking because maybe they, you know, if they know that it's a language barrier and they know, hey, this could cause an issue, maybe you don't put them in there with somebody like that. Maybe you put them in there with somebody that can understand them a little bit more, and you don't have as much of a language barrier. You know, there are answers to that, and the booker should know how to handle that.
Now, can I throw this out to you guys because I want to try and stretch this out if we can, but I have to throw this out. I'm looking this up, and you know, it's Gemini, so your mileage may vary. I know AI makes mistakes. According to it, it says that Ludwig Kaiser has made significant strides in speaking Spanish. So I'm assuming that the ref is closing the gap. So like maybe he only knows enough Spanish to be able to call spots and not necessarily to talk. But I have to ask both of you, what strides can WWE or AAA make to avoid this issue in the future? Like, do you think it's just a booking as in they just can't have Vikingo go against anybody who doesn't know what his style is like? I mean, do you think it's down to just telling him, hey, you got to slow down or adjust for this? I mean, where do they go to avoid this happening in the future and a serious injury happening?
Well, the last thing you want to do is take away from somebody's talent. You know, if that's what they're known for and that's what they're bringing money to the table with is that particular style, let them do their style. But would it be better to see that style with somebody that can match it or somebody that has no fucking clue what they're doing in the ring with them? So to me, I'm just a little more kind of old fashioned with it. Like I would love to see the two styles, together, and a prime example, I used to love Rey Mysterio, watching him, the luchador style. But come on, man, how many damn times are you going to put the little guy, the whole David and Goliath situation? You're going to put the little bitty guy, the luchador, against some big, gigantic 300-pound damn giant. It's unrealistic. It's really boring after a while, and it's kind of predictable in a way. So you don't want to back yourself into book yourself in a very predictable situation to where you're like, okay, yeah, this style is a lot more entertaining. Obviously, it's going to get over. So, and I don't know, it's kind of hard to really tell on that one. I think a lot of it is just kind of stick with your own kind when it comes to the styles. Every once in a while mix it up, but only if they're able to adapt to that particular style. You can't take like Ric Flair and get him jumping on in there with a luchador. It's just two different styles. The match is going to be horrible. They're not going to cooperate. It's just not going to look good.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you don't necessarily want to put a high flyer wrestler against somebody who tends to keep their matches on the mat more, or you don't want to put somebody who does hardcore wrestling and is all about using weapons and stuff like that against somebody who just never uses weapons or doesn't do those type of matches. That when you do that, you're going to get somebody hurt. Now, it could have been a mistake, as Renee was asking.
Yeah, I wanted to highlight that if we could, because this is actually a discussion that we didn't think about. Is that could this have just now? I got to ask you guys this to follow up on this. He says, any chance this is just an old-fashioned accident? Neither of these guys is known for this sort of thing, so maybe it's just one of those things. Do you guys think this was an accident?
Probably so. I mean, I don't think nobody ever intentionally goes out there and just hurts somebody. I really don't. And
no, or if they do, it's pretty clear that they're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's very clear. And there's very few times that there are exceptions to, like we was talking about, the intermixing with the styles. Prime example would be like Randy Orton. Randy Orton can probably clash with every style. He's great with adapting to who he's with in the ring. And even somebody with that luchador style, he has a counter. His style can counter every single move that they do. Let's be honest, the RKO can be hit literally out of nowhere. So, and even the DDT and everything that he does can counter that kind of move. But a lot of these guys don't have that move set. They don't have even for his size and his injuries, he's still very agile, even with his age. Randy Orton can adapt to that. He's a very rare breed. Not everybody can do it. So I think it's just, once again, a matter of who you put them in the ring with.
Well, and, you do have to look at their size and their strength. And, I mean, yeah, it could be an accident. But at the same time, like say, you got to look at their size and their strength, and you don't want to try doing stuff that is outside of what they can truly do. I mean, look at Steve Austin and Owen Hart. Owen should have never been trying to pile drive Steve Austin when he dropped him on his head.
Mm-hmm.
That should have never been attempted. And I've seen interviews where Steve said he wasn't okay with him trying this. He told him, "Are you sure you can do this? I mean, I'm not too easy on this." And, "Oh yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it." If you have reservations on something like that, or there's the move is just above your strength level, or the guy's too big for you to do a move that you may normally do, I'd say don't do it. And yeah, it's an accident. You thought you could do it, and well, I can't. But at the same time, maybe you shouldn't attempt it if that's the case. If it's a size thing or a style thing that's going to cause that, maybe you shouldn't try.
Now, the only argument I have against your points, guys, because
anyway, mute again.
Jeez, Lou. So I completely understand where you guys are coming from in terms of it. My only hang up is the fact that while yes, styles clashing usually ends up with something not particularly. Most times you can tell it's a square peg round hole situation, but then other times contrasting styles lead to really good matches. So it becomes a question of, do you gamble that and run the risk of some styles clashing and somebody gets hurt because it didn't work, or do you run the risk of it doing it and it becomes magic? Because you guys did bring up a couple of examples of, luchadors versus Ric Flair and, instances of matches not really coexisting. But in my defense, I can think of at least 1 to 2 examples of clashing styles working. And the biggest examples were, high work rate, wrestling, ground and pound, almost, technical wrestlers or high spot wrestlers versus professional hardcore wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. So
I keep going in and out. It's Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley. It's like when I think of a match where it highlighted both people's, expertise, what they're good at, while also spotlighting and making a match that merged together, it became peanut butter and chocolate. And then another example in a similar vein is Necro Butcher versus Samoa Joe. If you guys get a chance to find that match, it's a little hard to dig up, but you should be able to find it on YouTube. Give it a shot. It's a very different thing. But in the same breath, while Jon Moxley can make magic with somebody like Kenny Omega, didn't really work out for Dean Ambrose when he fought against Brock Lesnar.
True.
So you run into that issue, and I don't have an exact solution. I just know that I want it to work out for them in the end, because both of these guys are good. And I feel like they do have chemistry when they work together. But, I don't think Grande is going to be very keen on working with him again if he keeps stiffing him in the neck like he did. So
that brings up why they was ever, and I'll have to go back to something Renee said on a show a little while back and in the comments and everything, and he is persistently talking about this. And I hardly ever agree with the guy. When it comes to why they were put together to begin with, okay, you have somebody that is a luchador, that knows that style, that is known for just being a luchador. Then you got somebody that's just a damn gimmick. Like Kaiser's just a gimmick. He is not the American guy. He's not an actual luchador. That whole setup was made to be a gimmick. So then once again, you got to think back on the booking. Was it irresponsible to put this damn man whose whole gimmick is a joke, a mockery to luchador style? Why would you think just because he puts on a mask and says, hey, I'm in a luchador now, you're going to put him in a match with a real luchador that can really do some damage? I think it was just failure on booking with that one. And mainly for, if it was anybody else, I would have said, you know what? Hey, it's okay. Shit happens, right? But this man has a whole gimmick mocking the luchador style. And I don't believe that he should have ever even been taken serious. He still shouldn't be taken serious as a luchador. And I think they should just drop the whole gimmick, keep him away from luchadors, and let him wrestle people like, I don't know, man. Put him back with Gunther. He was better off with Gunther as a little henchman or something.
But we could talk about this all night, and I think we've kind of looked at this one from just about every angle we could possibly look at it, and so we're just about beating a dead horse at this point. So, are you guys ready to talk something else and see what else we've got in this randomizer?
I'll stay on the randomizer.
So, all right. It's stuck again.
It is stuck again. All right.
So, is MJF on his way to becoming the greatest heel of all time? Wow. That's one that you can look at so many different ways. And personally, I'm not sure MJF is on his way to becoming the best heel of all time. I think he's already there. I mean, there are so many people that have been known as heels in the business over the years that I think he's already surpassed.
Love you, Susie.
and I think a perfect a perfect thing to prove that is the fact that even though he's a heel, there's a lot of fans who get behind him. And you look at it when he was out and they weren't sure where he was going to come back to. So many people kept saying, oh, I want him in WWE. Oh, I want him in AEW. Oh, I want him in TNA. So many different people wanted him in the different branches that That's because he really has become one of the best heels. And no matter what he does, people respect him and cheer him for being the heel. You know, he's not, yes, there are people who boo him, but there's a lot of them that cheer him just because of the job he's doing as a heel. And he gets that respect from it. So that's my opinion.
Now, I want to jump in there. I hope I didn't jump the gun on you, Ace, but I wanted to jump in only because I agree with your initial statement, which is the fact that I don't think MJF is on his way to becoming the greatest heel. I think he already is. And that might be a bold statement for some of the wrestling purists out there, but it's true. And the thing is where I disagree with you, Haas, is I don't think people are cheering him. I think a lot of people are, and the reason why I consider him the greatest heel so far is because he's doing what a heel is supposed to do. And this is an issue that I think plagues especially places like WWE, which is, you know, a lot of people are inclined to say, well, this character would be better if he turned heel. And I don't think it's because of that. I think a lot of people say that because they want somebody to turn heel so that they can eventually turn into The Rock or Hogan, where, oh, they're heel, but then as time goes on, you can cheer them because we love cheering for the villains. MJF is the only person that I think is consistently hateable. Yes, people appreciate his line of work, his body of work, whether that's his promos, whether that's his public appearances, his reign as champion, his actual in-ring work. But when it comes to his actual persistence as a heel, MJF is untouchable. And that's because, and Ace, you were the one who mentioned this, that it was on the chat. If you guys get a chance to find this man was mocking a baby.
Yes.
He is sign, and if you guys have ever seen Family Guy, I just think of the scene where Brian is in the diner and the baby's crying behind him, and he just goes, "Wah! You like that? Huh? You just tune this out, don't you?" Just him doing that IRL. And
now, I got to jump in on this one real quick. Now, I'm not meant to cut you off because Renee said a bigger heel than Piper and Shiki. You boys are caught up in the true recency. Well, my problem with that statement, and I get where he's coming from, but the problem is Piper and all of them had boundaries. They had boundaries. To become a good heel, to become an actual real heel, just straight up have no boundaries. And MJF has crossed that line to where that man just don't give a fuck about nothing. So, and like you said,
there is no line with MJF.
Baby. There is a line, but MJF has no line. Roddy Piper, oh my God, he was still like nice to the fans and blah, blah, blah. I love Piper. I loved him as a heel, but there was boundaries. I remember meeting Piper as a kid, and like he got out of character. Like he come over there and was hugging us and talking to us, completely broke character. MJF, on the other hand, out of character. I mean, stayed in character all the time. He mocks a baby. And the baby was crying, and he's all in the baby's face, screaming and yeah, crying at baby and stuff.
He just
and,
went,
I mean, it was just hilarious the way he done it. And I really think that if you watch videos of him in the airport when he's addressing people, he's an asshole, but he stays in character. Even though that's not technically his real persona, he stays in character.
Piper, MJF, as a wrestler, respects kayfabe more than most do. Because at the end of the day, with people like Rollins or Reigns or any other primary heel wrestlers, we know that in a public setting, they usually pull the curtain back. And, we're all for that. We do that here on our show every now and then because sometimes you don't want to get to know the wrestler. You want to know the person. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to keeping it consistent and keeping the character completely there to where you're like, oh, I think that's just him. I don't think that's a gimmick. I think that's just MJF. He's the one doing it. And I just wanted to throw this out there because if you guys get a chance to watch it, it's gold. No, not just the baby. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
All of it.
There's a clip where there's a little girl and she's trying to out-talk shit him, and he's just he's rolling. It's light work. And he proceeds to say, how does it feel to know that you're your dad's mistake? And by far the biggest one that nobody is ready to talk about, you want to talk about heel heat. There was a guy who was in a wheelchair. We had a paraplegic, and he looked at him and he said, hey, guess what I can do?
Yep.
That was it. That was it.
I was actually going to refer to that because that was what got me ultimately, because I was a heel back when I wrestled and stuff. And that was one of the things that had gotten me a lot of heat, and people were throwing stuff at me because this woman had hollered at me, and I told her to stand her ass up and say it to my face. And she was in a wheelchair. And I'm like, oh shit. So I didn't really realize that at the time, but at the same time, I was like, I just rolled with it, So that's the kind of stuff that really gets that heat, And MJF is the same way. There's no boundaries. I've seen him a video where he took a belt. Somebody wanted him to sign one of their title belts. He took it, wrote "fuck you" on it, and threw it down. And I'm like, oh my god, that is awesome, So you gotta have no boundaries if you're gonna really keep kayfabe and be that actual part of it. That much of a heel. Keep it going, man. I think already he's one of the greatest ever as far as the heel wise. Huge talent. I would love to see him on a bigger stage, but I think he's fine where he's at. I don't think he really needs to jump to WWE and they got too many heels there already. Keep him where he's at. Let him dominate AEW, even possibly TNA, but just not over in the big time. You know what I mean?
And, one thing I personally find funny, though, and, Susie makes the comment that in the indies, big thing is some guys, they stay in character and they come across as assholes because they do that.
Mm-hmm.
But, honestly, that's what makes them good heels. One thing I've seen a lot of heels do, and I know this is just typical now that it's come to be known, and I think is so funny, is like a few shows ago, I saw a heel go over and rip up a sign that a child had made. And, of course, that child started crying, and then they took and they threw the sign back at it, And after the show was over, that child's parents actually called the place that held the show. They called the promoter. They were calling anybody and everybody they could and complaining about it and talking about, I'll never come back again if that's the way you're going to treat your fans. They're heels. That's what they're supposed to do. That's how they get their heat. And if you don't know that, what type of wrestling fan are you? Why are you going to cry and complain? When you make these signs, you expect something like that to happen.
Absolutely. I think we're all in agreement here only because at the end of the day, obviously there is a line to draw when it comes to stuff like, I don't think a heel should put their hands on somebody unless it's justified, if somebody's trying to start shit with them. But in the same vein, yeah, you should absolutely expect a heel to rip your sign up or, flip you off to your face or tell you you're adopted or something like that. I mean, we've had this man walk up to he's throwing money at people in the front row and slap them. Like they just because they asked to. And I'm like,
and part of and that was something we went through because the guy that trained me was, he played a big heel. And that was something that he even told us. It was like, you got to stretch boundaries, and have no limits. If you're going to play the role, play it. And that's something he taught us. And, prime example of some of our shows, we would walk by. Me and him did a little tag team deal together. And we would walk by and we would snatch the popcorn out of a kid's hand, eat some of it, and dump it on the floor right there in front of him. And it was just stuff like that. Oh, it brought heat, and people would get mad. But it was stuff like that you had to kind of question, okay, if I could do this and really get heat and really make these fans believe that I'm the bad guy, then go for it. And I mean, we just did it. The biggest asshole you could be to them, do it. And that's kind of what we were taught. So I think he's doing a great job. I think he's staying in character, and that's the way it should be. And people that respect the classics, and that's what they really need to respect and appreciate, is the fact that he is staying in character. He's not breaking character. And I remember as a kid, meeting, like Dusty Rhodes and all them and stuff like that. Ric Flair now, back when I was a kid, actually stayed in character. When I met him, he was kind of an asshole, and I thought that way about him. He was my favorite. I thought that way up until, oh God, I was probably in my teens before I realized, hey, behind the scenes, this guy's cool as shit, So,
I think we're all in agreement here that, MJF is probably probably the best heel going right now,
and I just want to spotlight this too. And I apologize, Haas, is that I completely understand where you are coming from, Renee, in that is he bigger than Sheik and Piper? We can debate that till the cows come home, right? But the only reason I stand by that is because I believe that even if you drop, you always want to wonder if it's a right place, right time situation with certain wrestlers or who would be worthwhile regardless of where they're at. To me, MJF is a heel that whether you could pick him up and drop him in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, he would thrive. And in fact, I think he would have crushed it in the 80s. I think the discussion of him versus Piper, if he was there and he was able to, be the mouthpiece that he needed to be in 1980, he would get heat like nobody's business. That's where I stand. I think he would rival the likes of Ted DiBiase, but I could sing his praises till I'm blue in the face.
Mm-hmm.
But, real quick, since we're all in agreement here on this one, before we move on to another question, while we have all three of us here, normally we would have Dewan come in during this time. We'd get his take on everything. He's not able to make it tonight. I have talked with him and found out he won't be here. But, we still want to hit a little bit of FWWC real quick, and so while we have all three of us are a representative of the FWWC. For anybody who doesn't know what that is, Fantasy Wrestling Worldwide Chapter. It is fantasy wrestling, just like you have fantasy football, fantasy baseball, fantasy soccer. It's fantasy wrestling, and all three of us are a part of that. If you want to know more about it, we do make promos. We do a lot of trash talking, and we have a really good time. We make picks based on mostly WWE matches, but from time to time we'll do others. But we make picks on their matches. If you get it right, you get a point. If you don't get it right, you don't get a point. The one with the most points wins. You get actual championships, and we just have a good time. If you want to know more, hit any of us up. We'll be glad to tell you. But there are a couple events coming up, and you can find Fantasy Wrestling Worldwide Chapter on Facebook. You'll be asked a couple questions when you very first put in. Answer those questions. Myself, Renee, or Dewan will hit you up, and we'll talk to you from there and make sure you understand what you're getting into, and get you going. But you can also be a fan of our page and watch, because we do role play with our matches. And so you can watch our role play to see what our matches are like. And coming up, we are going to have FWWC Kingdom Chaos. And, that will take place during Royal Rumble. And I don't know if there's going to be other matches, but one match that I do know is going to take place at Kingdom Chaos is going to be a 6-man battle royal. And in this 6-man battle royal, you will see Lecter, you will see Nathaniel Jones, you will see a Luchador DKC, you will see Sick, you will see Rage, and you will see Ace.
Thank you. See, I was waiting. I knew you was going to save the best for last announcing that. And, to touch on the FWWC, guys, like we had already pointed out, we have fully customized belts. We have them made by Doomed Outfitters. And for anybody that wants to live out their wrestling fantasy, but really physically couldn't really get in the ring. Some of us have and still can't physically get in the ring. This gives you that brotherhood. It gives you that chance to get into a character that you can make an instant star overnight. You become the star that you want to be. And you don't have to be a certain size. You don't have to have a certain look. You don't have to even be great talking. We have a training facility that actually helps you. That's what the FED is for. The FED helps you to develop your skills, your talking. And some of us still mess up a lot when it comes to the talking. So, guys, if you have a wrestling fantasy, you always wanted to be a wrestling star, you have this character image that you've always wanted to live out, man, join the FED, move up in the ranks, hit the FWWC main roster, and just live out that fantasy. and become an actual star. I mean, this is not just some local thing. This is all over the country. A lot of people overseas see this because it goes all over the internet. Everybody sees it. And we've had people comment and jump on there from all over the place. So I'm telling you, man, this is like some of the funnest stuff that you can ever get into. So join the FED, have real competition, real titles, just go for it.
Yeah, and we do have a good time with it, but before we have our Kingdom Chaos, Ace mentioned Fed. This coming Friday night, Fed will be in action this Friday night, and this is kind of different. We don't normally do this with Fed. Normally, Fed does not intermix with the main roster, but we are this Friday night. We allowed the Fed members to pick anybody they wanted, and we're actually calling this proving ground. And this is their opportunity to prove why it is they belong on the main roster, the Fed members. So we have Major Xander Payne, who has challenged Jason Curtis. So we're going to see them in action. We have Tamamara, the Witch Queen, going against Nathaniel Jones. We have James Maverick going against Luchador DKC. We have Yoko Kitsune going against Bad Susie Haas. We have Robert going against Dark Haas. We had one person who said, hey, I want a real challenge. I don't want just one person. I want a tag team to go against. So we have Oni, who picked our former tag champions, House of Horrors, to go against in a handicap match. Then we have Sergeant Levi Grant going against Bishop. So that is coming this coming Friday night. So, check us out. Fantasy Wrestling Worldwide chapter. Fill out the little questionnaire. Get on the page. If you want to get going as a superstar, we can get you there. Or
we
just
want the smoke, ladies and gentlemen. Bring it.
But can I bring up the brass balls on Oni? I mean, who in the hell challenges the longest reigning tag team champions in this company's history? Have you been in the ring with these idiots? These guys are sick. His name sticks. He's sick. And Lecter, I'm telling you, the man has no common sense whatsoever. If you can get past the stench coming out of the locker room, then you got to face him in the ring and actually try to take the man down. Oni, I love you, man. You're talented, but we will actually prepare service for you and remember you coming up Monday after this.
Let it be known that the individual pieces of the House of Horrors are some of the most sick, sadistic wrestlers you will ever step into the ring with. And this man is not only facing both of them, but he's doing it single-handedly. And, for the uninitiated, Oni translates to Japanese into demon. So I'm like, you got to be some kind of hellspawn to be able to do that, because I don't know how you do that willingly. I refuse to do something like that if Ace isn't by my side, because I know he's got my back, because you're going to need eyes in the back of your head to deal with people.
Now, me personally, because of how talented I am, I have actually taken them on both in a handicap match and a triple threat, and, I've won both times. So, but is Oni really on my level? We'll see. Because if he pulls this off, I'm telling you, that is awesome. That is like some Ace levels bullshit, man. I mean, I don't know, man. I got to go with Oni on this one. I'm rooting for him because I've done it. I've personally pulled that off, so I got to go for Oni. I really do.
Matter of fact, since we're talking about that, did we want to go down the card here, guys, and see who we think is we'll go down the card and see who we like or who we think is going to win. And then by the end, I want to ask you guys who you think is going to be the breakout star in 2026 for the FWWC when the FED gets their way up to the main roster. So you're saying you think that Oni can pull it off when it comes to the
pull it off. I think he can.
All right.
I'm going to bring this up because I know Little Miss bring up her accomplishments every 20 minutes. Ain't saying I brag too much. Come on now.
One question I do have for you though, Ace.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go through Fed? I'm trying to remember if you went through Fed.
I
I
did not.
I brought him in.
Yeah, I broke out and just dominated from the start. I didn't. I mean, and I did coach.
That was before Fed was a thing. That was why. Is
Yeah,
that
it
we
was
didn't have a
before that.
developmental
I did
program.
coach it though, so I don't know if
That's what I was thinking. Was I knew I thought when he came in, Fed was not around yet, but
Mhm.
he mentioned how Fed will teach you to do the talking and stuff, and I was thinking, did we teach him how to talk? Because if we did way too damn good a job. But
Now,
Yeah.
Haas, I got to ask, who do you think is going to be taking the W when it comes to that handicap match?
I have been in the ring with House of Horrors. I've been in the ring with Oni. Oni has some guts to take on both members of House of Horrors, but I've got to go with House of Horrors on that one. It's just not that I don't think Oni is tough, not that I don't think he could have a chance, but you just can't count out the House of Horrors. You just can't.
Now, for me, see, that's the thing, as you mentioned, Oni does have guts. The problem is when you're squaring up to the House of Horrors, they're going to make sure they throw him around the arena. But as somebody who has also squared up with Oni in the ring and is in fact the person who defeated him for my first ever Warriors Heart champion, I can guarantee you the man does have a certain quality that he brings when it comes to a match. And the thing is that I am not saying this in that I think he will win. Oni, I am telling you, you better win. All right. I want to know that you worked your way back up, not just through the FED, but you squared up to some of the longest reigning tag team champions in the FWWC, beat them 1, 2, 3, and make your way back onto the roster that you deserve. And maybe, just maybe, work your way back up to Gabriel Arsene. Now, who else do we have for our matches
quick,
here?
Though, shout out to Andrew. Andrew is a friend of mine. He's a real great guy. And to let you in,
does he know this? I mean, you're going to embarrass him if he don't know this, and you're saying he's your friend. I mean,
it could be worse. You could be saying it.
Could be.
But just to let you in on a little bit of insider knowledge, just keep your eyes open, because here very soon Andrew will be coming to the FWWC himself.
Mm-hmm. No.
So
the exclusive,
right?
But yeah, I mean, you wanted to run down the card. We got a few minutes here. Like I say, Dewan isn't going to make it. It looks like Perry's not going to make it.
So that'll be perfect. We'll fill in the gap then. That way we can at least get a little bit out of it.
I have not heard from him, so I'm assuming he's not going to make it, since I haven't heard from him and he's not in the back.
Well, now, if he don't, though, do you still want to do like a quick prayer? Just take some requests and do a quick prayer? I mean, we can't necessarily take his spot. We can't really live up to that, but I don't see why that segment has to just necessarily not be in. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely do that.
Mm-hmm.
If people want to drop some prayer requests in the comments, we'll be more than happy to hit them. But real quick, we'll run through this. We have Major Xander Payne versus Jason Curtis.
Ooh.
I'll be the one to start this one off, gentlemen. I got a very good feeling about Xander. I mean, these two, him and his tag team partner, they have been making wakes here in the FWWC, because everybody else on this card I'm familiar with to some degree. These are some fresh young blood ready to rock the FWWC main roster. I mean, they were picking fights with tag teams before they even jumped up. And then they're proceeding to go against the Brothers in Arms individually. I mean, one of them is still the heavyweight champion, for Christ's sake. So just to see that, I mean, Jason Curtis, you're usually at the top of my list when it comes to this kind of thing, but you got to watch out, man. I got my money on Xander.
I got to go with Jason Curtis, and it's nothing taken anyway from Xander. I think he's going to be a breakout star. I think he's going to be amazing on the main roster. Boy, you got to think of who trained Jason Curtis. I mean, and look what he's done since he stepped into the main roster. And I just got to go with Jason Curtis. I believe that he is going to be a future Warriors Heart champion, future world heavyweight champion. I think the man's going to be a Grand Slam champion by the time he calls it. I really do. I don't think we've even fully tapped into that man's potential yet. So I think this will give Xander a chance to really show his talent, but also give Jason Curtis that chance to really step it up and say, hey, you know what? This is where I come from. This is where I'm at now, and this is where I'm headed. So I got to go with Jason Curtis.
I don't know how you can think Jason Curtis is going to be a Grand Slam champion with all the times I have kicked his ass. He can't get the title off of me. So how's he going to be a Grand Slam champion?
Okay, in his defense, man, you've had that title for almost 3 years. Nobody can take it off of you.
Exactly. So how can anybody be?
Man, you've never had a rematch. But I'm just saying. See,
that could be because you put your foot in your mouth and said if you didn't
I have a problem with that. But now, as far as we're taking you out of the equation because nobody really can beat you at this moment. I do have to give you props on that. I really think he's going to be a Grand Slam champ. I think if you put him against any other champion, he'll take the title.
But between those two, I'm going to take the major on this one. Xander Payne has really been showing himself, and I think he's really going to showcase what he can do, and I can see him taking Jason on this one. So, very impressive. Very impressive. So then we had Tamamara, the Witch Queen, versus Nathaniel Jones.
Tama, all the way. I've been in the ring with that chick. I'm telling you, she'll throw down. That's my pick. Go ahead and jump on in there. That's my pick for breakout star of the year. She's going to be the rookie of the year. She's going to be everything. And I'm telling you, I love you, Susie. I really do. That's going to be one you got to watch out for because all your accomplishments as, being the greatest female here in the FWC, I think she's going to squash that.
And honestly, I'm going to take Tama myself, on that one. I think she can pull it out over the Timu Hugh Hefner,
Not Timu.
Got him! I pray Nathaniel Jones doesn't hear that, man. Now, I think you guys are writing him off. I think you guys are writing him off because it goes without saying he is the number one contender for the WHC here in the FWWC. Nathaniel Jones wouldn't be where he's at if he wasn't effective at what he did. Now, having said that, be that as it may, I believe Tamara is the one to watch out for. I mean, there's something about her perspective. There's something about the presence she brings. I think it's also just because we haven't had so many female participants that, I don't look at her as a female wrestler. I look at her as a wrestler who happens to be female because she is quite the wrestler. She's been getting things done. And, I'm not the one to try and throw my hat in the ring when it comes to this sort of thing, but you get the W. We got to have some conversations about what happens if somebody like that beats the number one contender.
Thank you.
This is a concern that the BOD needs to be able to talk about because it's not supposed to happen. And especially for somebody who's first night in the company from the FED, I mean, you got to ride that momentum. You'd be stupid not to.
So true.
All right. And then James Maverick, who we have seen, we've seen him under several different names. I know him quite well as James Butkus. Then he was, I believe, James Maverick,
the Outlaw.
The Outlaw James Maverick, or wasn't James Maverick? Was it?
I believe, yeah, it was something. James, he's had so many of them. I mean,
now he's the pilot.
Yeah, he's the Mick Foley of the FWWC.
So, there has been a lot of back and forth throughout the years between himself and Lucha DKC. And so the two of them are going to go at it again. Honestly, I think that one's going to be a tough match either way. and I don't really know who's going to come out on top, but I'm going to take Lucha.
I got to go with Lucha on that one too. And it's once again, it's never taken anything away from the other talent. Maverick's great. I hadn't had a chance. Honestly, I don't think I've ever worked with him in the ring or anywhere, even in the FBD. I don't think I really had too many encounters with him. So he's that untapped potential that I hadn't really got across. But at the same time, if history repeats itself, I don't know, man. I can't really pull for him on this one. Lucha doesn't surprise you though. Like he here lately, you got to give him credit. He stepped up his game a lot this last season. I think 2026 is going to be the season of Lucha.
Now, the thing is that I do have some exposure with James Maverick, and I'm with you on that, Ace. Is that the potential is there? I absolutely want to see these people thrive in the FWWC. I want them to do and live up to the stars that I want them to be. The thing is that unfortunately, Maverick, Lucha's got the experience. I understand the need to take a break, to come back, kind of reinvent yourself, see where it goes. But Lucha's been consistent. This man is 24/7, 365. He has never taken a break as far as I know is in the FWWC. And, I want to know that you're not just going to take this loss after 6 months and then, disappear and then come back as James Maverick, the milkman. Like, I don't need this carousel of gimmicks. I want to know that this is James Maverick. This is the genuine article. This is the person who's going to be the breakout star that he wants to be. So my pick is Luchador to KC, but I want to throw this out to you. Maverick, prove us all wrong. I want to see the best out of you and make us eat our words when it comes to this.
But if you lose, take the side seat. Don't call yourself Maverick anymore. Just call yourself Goose. We'll get the reference. We already know.
So then we have Yoko Kitsune versus Bad Susie Haas. Yoko is a fox with 9 tails. Going against Susie. So
it's Kitsune, John Haas. I need to flex my otaku muscles. It's Kitsune.
Okay, I'll start this one off because any chance I get to go against Susie, I would take it. But on this one, and God forbid, put it on your calendar, Susie. Record this because I'm going to have to say this. You can't pull against Susie. I don't care what situation you put her in, who you put her against. You can't go against Susie. On this one, I see it being a clean sweep. I really do. I see it being like 90s version Goldberg. Susie walks in, does her thing, walks out. And I hate to give her that much credit. But, yeah, Susie all the way on this one. Not even a question.
I have to agree.
And that makes it even more disgusting.
Just so we can skim this as quickly as possible, not to dismiss Kitsune. I appreciate the name, I appreciate the style, but Susie is holding 2 belts for a reason. Badass American Diva is a badass for a reason. And that's because, just like Luchador to KC, she is consistent. And she's consistent to the point that she is the longest reigning international champion. Mm-hmm. So, again, just like with Maverick, Kitsune, you have everything to gain here. You absolutely can put yourself in contention for something the moment you get that pin, but you just got to be able to do it. And Lord knows, Badass American Diva ain't worried about your luck because she's not going to give it to you or make it easy for you.
All right. And then from one double champ to another, we got Robert going to be going against the Dark Haas.
Never drew a dime. Not a dime. Not a dime. Never drew a dime.
See, I'm put in a nasty situation again. And luckily, I had my coffee to get the taste out my mouth. I got to go with Haas on this one. Just from experience, just from the dedication. And please don't let this go to your head. It's already big enough. You can't really bet against Haas on anything. I mean, the man is the longest reigning champion in history. As far as this company's existence, he's been the longest reigning champ ever. You got to go with Haas on this one, and that's not taken away from Robert. I would love to see Robert just wipe the floor with him. I would, just out of pure satisfaction, just a personal deal. But you can't really bet against it. If I was to put money on it, I got to bet on John.
All right,
I got that out my mouth. So
since this has to be the thing is that I am always one to take a risk when needed to be, and when I think about people who have improved, when I think about people who have really taken, a lap around the block or taken a bus ride somewhere and looked in the mirror and asked, what do I need to do differently this time around? And do I have everything to prove when given the opportunity? When we say jump, he says, how high?
Mm-hmm.
I think about where Robert is here in 2026. And I am not disregarding anything that Haas is capable of. You are the longest reigning champion in FWWC history for a reason. But there's something about, they call it damashi in Japanese. I'm throwing more out there. I don't care, guys. Otaku certified. It's that burning inner strength that somebody has, especially when in regards to wrestling, to get something accomplished, to get something done in the FWWC. I see that look when I hear Robert cut these promos. I know he is chomping at the bit, foaming at the mouth, ready to get his hands on you, hardcore Haas. And I feel like if you let your guard down, he's going to surprise you. And I'm willing to throw my hat in the ring to say Robert is going to be the one to do it. And if he can ride that momentum and keep it going, Haas, I think he might be the one to take that title from you.
Ooh.
Well, he's attempted before and was unsuccessful. I mean, however, anybody can get beaten on any given day other than myself, but I just,
God, he's starting to sound like me over here. Jeez, we hang around too much.
So I obviously am going to take myself on that one because I don't think he's going to do it this time. But then we have Sergeant Levi Grant versus Bishop.
Huge respect for Bishop. He is the world heavyweight champion. The man has accomplished more than most in a very short period of time since I've been here. At the same time, I would like to see the upset on this one. And it's nothing personal. I would love to see that match be the upset because I've been in that situation. My rookie year, my third, maybe fourth match was against the world heavyweight champion, and winning that match did a huge amount for my career. And I mean, it was against the longest reigning world heavyweight champion at the time. So that did I mean, come on, let's be honest. Look what it did for my career after that point. I would like to see a repeat of that. I would like to see 2026 be that upset win to where, you know what? Hey, I just beat the man himself, the world heavyweight champion. This is my year. I'm taking the ball. This is my playground now. That's what I want to see.
All right. And, Sergeant Levi Grant has been a force since coming in, and he has several wins under his belt. He's a tough competitor. So I think I'm going to take the Sergeant on this one. I think he can do it. I think he can pull the upset, and I think he can come out victorious.
I just want to read you guys the excerpt that he has written in his challenge.
That's so cool.
Oop, there we go. He says, I'm not here to watch from the sidelines. I'm here to prove that both Payne and I belong. No shortcuts, just results. So it's clear to me that Levi Grant is not just a stand-in. He is not a paper champion in any sense of the word. And this man is out for blood, not just results, ladies and gentlemen.
I just want to point out, it's very clear that a lot of our talent needs therapy. I mean, every promo is about like just destruction and hurting people. And
what are you talking about, man? I'm mentally stable. Can't you tell by my millions of posters and
look no further? I mean, come
on.
We already had to put up with like the House of Horrors. Now we got this guy just spitting out demonic poetry, which, by the way, was actually kind of badass. But I mean, seriously, our guys need therapy. We need to start an FBD side group where we're just like, okay, face your inner demons and then come out on,
But we need a FWWC anonymous meeting, essentially.
There you go.
Gotta get in the circle.
But definitely, if you want to know more about FWWC, by all means, hit any of us up. Renee, myself, Dewan. You can hit up Ace, Gabe. Any of us will be more than happy to talk to you about FWWC. Check us out, Fantasy Wrestling Worldwide Chapter on Facebook, and we would love to talk FWWC with you. We'd love to have you. Be sure to check us out. So we did take a little longer on that segment than what we normally would.
It's a 2-hour show. No, I know what you mean.
So, all right. Well, and as we said, it doesn't look like Big Daddy P is going to get to join us. Unfortunately, we always love having him, but we did ask for you guys to drop your prayer requests in there, and we would get to them. So I have seen Susie dropped prayer requests in, lost a family friend, and she actually lost her grandmother, 99 years old, and we lost a family friend recently and an aunt. So, she dropped that prayer request in there, as well as, just prayer in general for family, because we got a lot going on in the family. So, that is really the only one I've seen get dropped in there. But
we're very that.
I wanted to throw one in there just because I wanted to make mention of this on behind the scenes, which is the on behalf of Luke Skywalker Roberts. According to a message from him himself, they had found a mass in his father-in-law's bladder just prior to the holidays. So they had took him to the ER due to several days of constant lack of sleep, eating, loss of weight. He had pneumonia and is basically cancer-ridden throughout his torso. They are sending him home on hospice. So I think it's more than appropriate that we try to send our prayers out to him and his family in regards that they will get through this. But I'm not sure who wants to take the lead here.
But definitely, one thing I will tell you guys is, well, and I'm telling everybody, when it comes to prayer, a lot of people treat prayer as an emergency line, like you're calling 911. It's, oh my God, this is happening quick. I need prayer. But, the Lord is always there for us. It doesn't have to be an emergency. You can pray at any given time, at any given point, and, you can pray about anything. If it is important to you, it's important to the Lord. So, feel free to lift up any prayers. And another good thing is the Lord knows your heart. He knows what's on your heart. So even if you didn't drop a prayer in there, but you have something that you want prayer for, He knows that.
Yeah. So just adding to, I wasn't trying to cut you off. Just adding to, just me on a personal deal. Prayers for me. And I know some of y'all I think I've shared with, I had a stroke a couple of years back and stuff like that. The older I get, especially recently, starting to have a lot more problems, complications due to that. It has limited a little bit of the physical stuff that I'm able to do, and talking to the doctors, doing stuff like that, and they found that the hydrocephalus, if y'all don't know what hydrocephalus is, it is a fluid buildup in the ventricles of the brain. And so with that being kind of dormant for so long, they really overlooked it a lot. And recently they have figured out that could be cause of some of the strokes I've had, because I had a little dang mini strokes. So they're trying to get it under control, trying to figure out what the blockage is in my neck and stuff with the arteries, and just in general, trying to make sure that the older I get, this is not going to be something that has progressed to the point where I'm like a vegetable. You get what I mean? So just keep that in prayer, keep that in mind, and
So, all right. Well, we'll definitely keep that in, and so let's go ahead and we'll pray for these things here real quick. And we are about 10 minutes away from our guest. I see at least one of them is in the back already. So, we want to go ahead and pray for this. So, Lord, we thank you for this platform that you gave us here with Wrestle Talk Podcast. We thank you for this opportunity and this time that we come before you. And Lord, you've heard the requests that have been dropped in the comments. You've heard the requests that have been brought out. And Lord, I'm sure there's some that just weren't able to get their requests in, but that's okay because you know their heart, Lord. You know what they're going through and you know their prayers. So, Lord, we lift them up to you as well. And Lord, we just thank you for everything that you give us. And as everything we have has come from you, and just ask for your comforting for those who have lost and just your comforting touch. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. All right. So that was kind of a condensed snippets of truth there, but hopefully Perry will be with us next show. I know he's been going through a lot himself, so hopefully he'll be able to be with us here soon on his normal basis. But all right, as I promised at the beginning, I promised that we would get into some shoot and shout once again. And so, let's go ahead and hit that shoot and shout segment. Guys back in the truck, if you still got that music, go ahead and cue it up.
We would say cue it up, but then we got to find out where it's at.
Let's see here. I'm pretty sure we still have it.
Not sure. Oh, wow. Technical difficulties finding that or getting it to play. That's the issue. Hey, it happens. Don't be judging, folks. I know some of y'all are a little judgy right this minute, especially Susie.
Okay, well, honestly, I don't.
It worked that time.
he hid it from us. That's what it was. He sabotaged it. Made us look stupid over here, scratching our dang heads.
Well, that's okay. I was looking for it too, but I was looking for the other one, but that's okay. That one works just as well, if not better. So, Gabe, why don't you start us out on a shoot and shout tonight?
I thought you'd never ask Hardcore Hoss because I've had something that's been eating away at me, and it has to do with a certain individual here in the FWWC and the Wrestle Talk podcast, and that is that Ace. Where the hell is my Warriors Heart champion, sir? I have been lugging around my classic Attitude Era belt in surrogacy for it, but sir, you have hit me up about a month ago telling me, and I understand shit gets hard, but I'm looking for my white belt strap, all right? I've been waiting for this thing, and we're supposed to be squaring up when the FWWC picks back up. How am I supposed to challenge for a belt that I don't have yet, sir? So I need you to do me a huge favor, get your head out of your ass, and when you're done figuring out how everything works here in the back of the FWWC or the Wrestle Talk podcast, get my Warriors Heart Championship before I find you up there in Georgia and drive up myself, all right?
Okay, so let me explain what had happened, okay? Straight up, man, we had an issue back, and it really ruined a lot of my business at the time. Well, not necessarily ruined it, but it put a hold on a lot of like my shipping. And the reason why is because apparently, and come on, it's Georgia, backwoods. Let's be honest, man. A lot of tweakers, a lot of whatever. There was an issue where there was drugs and everything being shipped out through, the mail and through a lot of our shipping places. So a lot of my packages, when I go to send them out, they would sit at the damn post office for months at a time before they even said, "Oh, hey, we got your package." And I would find out kind of through the grapevine because, the post lady here says, "Hey, we got your stuff. Come and get it." But that's kind of where I'm running into. And then, of course, I took on another position, not even home half the time. I'm actually surprised I'm home tonight. So yeah, your belt's going to be there. I'm going to overnight it. I've been trying to get there to it. So that's my fault. That falls on me. I deeply apologize. Mainly because I got to admit, we got to go one-on-one. It just looks better on me. So part of me kind of wanted to keep it here anyway, but we'll get there. I'll let you hold it before I take it from you.
Fucking bullshit!
You know, I think the reason you don't have it is because the fact he doesn't have a title, so he doesn't want to ship it out because he wants to hold on to it.
I mean, you know, it's hard to let go. That's my baby. When I created that and designed that one, I was so proud of that one, and it turned out so beautiful. And I'm just like, do I really want to ship that one? No, I'm just playing. I got you though, man. Really, on a serious note though, we had a lot of issues with the mail here, so it's been hit and miss. But I got you though.
Likely story. All right,
If
I'll believe you when I see it.
If I have to drive down there this weekend and just personally bring it to you, you're about like 2-3 hours away. I could probably get it there to you quicker than the damn FedEx can.
Hey, I tell you what, if he doesn't soon get it to you, I can always send you this one.
This guy.
That was a good one, but hey, you know. All right, so we'll let him talk for a minute. Like, what you got, Hoss? What's your shooting shot?
Let's see. My shoot and shout. So much to choose from. You know, I think I'll go with this one. You know, so many people in this world seem to do things and they look at it and go, damn, wasn't this such an ingenious idea? Wasn't this just the best thing? Look at what I did. Isn't this cool? But in reality, you know, other people look at it and go, what the hell did they do? Why the hell did they do that? You know, use some common sense, because a lot of this stuff that people think ingenious just absolutely is not ingenious. It's just dumb as hell, and you're using no common sense when you do it. So use your common sense. There you go.
And you know what? I got to touch on that one too, because that's my damn deal. First and foremost, people, I understand that there is a whole damn generation of people with a 75 IQ. Look that up. That's actually been proven. The decline in common sense and IQ level drastically drops from the age of like 30 down. Not to insult them. I'm just saying technology has spoiled the hell out of y'all. Look no further than right out here where I work at. If there's a damn sign in front of a dumpster tells you not to dump your stuff there, you don't dump it there, you moron. And then they're going to put it there anyway. Get mad when they get a write-up. They act so over-entitled with everything. And they're like, oh, I shouldn't have got a write-up because I didn't see the sign. You damn buffoon. It's like a big game show sign with big letters. Do not dump your stuff there. And who in the hell are raising these women that's raising these babies? Why would you take a damn diaper off your kid and just throw it in the parking lot? That is disgusting. Who raised you? If that's your common sense, if that's your mentality, just don't have kids. Like, and I believe a lot of people are just having kids as a meal ticket these days. You get $8,000 in damn food stamps because you got like 6 kids. But anyway, that's just my rambling. That's me.
Well, glad you got that off your plate.
You know, you couldn't say it any better.
Yes.
You know, and it's just like Christmas time. I hit you up when you posted that one picture, and it showed the TV boxes there. Yeah. And you know, I know that your maintenance at an apartment, and most apartments that I know of aren't that big, and that TV box was absolutely huge. So either you got some damn big apartments, or that TV is taking up somebody's whole damn wall.
Oh, we took up the whole wall. What gets me is there's 3 dumpsters out here. 2 of them are completely empty. That one there is the only one they put stuff in. And it's like the other 3 dumpsters are literally right around the corner. Walk your lazy ass around the corner and put that trash in there. That'll make no damn sense. And then you're scratching your head like, seriously? Like, come on, man. 8 extra steps, and there's 2 whole empty dumpsters. This morning, I got up and had to get a dresser now. A dresser. This was a big dresser with like 8 damn drawers out of the dumpster. Not beside the dumpster, not in front of it, in the fucking dumpster. And I'm having to climb in there and pull this thing out because some Nimrod said, hey, I'm going to throw a dresser in the dumpster. I mean, come on, man. Really?
So,
anyway.
All right. Well, that is our shoot and shouts for the night. And you will be seeing Shoot and Shout more often. Like I say, we had people who wanted it back, so we're bringing it back for you. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. But our guests are waiting for today, and but before we get to them, real quick, we gotta roll those sponsors again. So if we can get them put up there real quick. So as always, Wrestle Talk Podcast, we want to thank our great sponsors because we would not be here without them. We have Retro Zone, Painter's Dream Productions. We have the Independent St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame, Doomed Outfitters, which is ran by that guy that's trying to run our boards, World Domination Wrestling Alliance, and, of course, the FWWC, the world's premier fantasy wrestling group. So, want to thank each and every one of them. And as always, as I said at the beginning, please, if you're on Facebook, send us some stars, because that also helps us out. We also have what's known as a fan sponsorship. Right now, our only fan sponsor is Susie Haas. So if you want to be a fan sponsor, hit us up. We'll be more than happy to get you set up as a fan sponsor as well. And, every little bit helps because it's what helps brings you this great content that we bring you guys. We could not do it without you and our great sponsors. And also do us a favor, be sure to like the broadcast, be sure to share the broadcast. If you're coming across it on Facebook, maybe hit the little notification button so that you get notified when we go live, and, just spread the word about us, so we absolutely love each and every one of you, and we thank you for everything that you do to help keep us around for these 533 episodes. So, gentlemen,
we ready to jump into the meat and potatoes, ladies and gentlemen?
That's it. Now, with that said, you two, I'm going to let the guests have the floor, let y'all have at it, interview them, and I will be back here in case y'all need me.
All righty.
All right.
I'll line this up, though. I'm trying to cue these guys up.
All right, go ahead and take it away, Mr. Gabriel Larson.
Took a little extra with this one, ladies and gentlemen. So, of course, we want to welcome you to the second hour of the Wrestle Talk podcast. Tonight, we are joined by a duo that defines the word loyalty and represents the gold standard of New Genesis wrestling. We have one hailing from the gritty streets of Gotham City, Missouri. He is a U.S. military veteran and the ticking time bomb of ass kickery. Marcellus Knyght and his partner, a man who has been a staple of the industry since 2005, trained by the likes of Damian Blade and Curtis Payne. He's a veteran of the legendary dog collar match and a multi-time champion across FTW, WPW, and RCW. He's the heart of the unit, Alex Steele. Together, they are multi-time NGW tag team champions. They are the most dangerous duo in the Midwest, and we are all in because they are the fan.
I like that. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir. You're coming in loud and clear.
Man, I don't know what to do now after an entrance like that.
I mean, we do what we always do. We show out. You know what
dang, I feel like we can't top that.
I got the names right? Just on pronunciation. Both the trainer and your names.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, we definitely want to thank you guys for being here. And, it's a pleasure to have you. And so I know Gabe has just been chomping at the bit. He's got all kinds of questions lined up, and he cannot wait to jump in with them. So I'm going to go ahead and let him start with it.
Now, I just wanted to take an opportunity to thank you gentlemen both for coming on the show. I know it was very, very last minute on behalf of our Luke Skywalker Roberts. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedules. as professional wrestlers to be able to sit down here and chat with us. And, I want to start off with a very simple one. Softball, always try to go and throw it in so we can ease our guests into it. But it might be a little generic, but just want to start with, how did you two meet?
Well, it's a very simple way that we met. It's he decided to come out of our mother after I came out first. That is my little brother. So I got to meet him before anybody else. So
well then we know that tag team bond goes deeper than most, right?
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely.
I just gotta say, just to open this up with Marcellus, but are you a fan of DC Comics? And I think you know where I'm going with when I ask this question.
I'm gonna say a fan is an understatement.
Big understatement.
So it's fair to say that you as an individual can say without a shadow of a doubt that you were raised on the streets of Gotham City.
Yeah.
Quite the accomplishment. Now, I got to check just to throw this out there because, like any tag team, they're a well-oiled machine. And, of course, they always have their strengths and weaknesses, but also what their strengths are. So I want to give you guys a quick synergy check. So between the two of you, who would you say is the brains of the operation and who's the brawn when things go south in the ring?
Well, I think we kind of share the brains. I've come up with some things. He's come up with some things, but the brawn is definitely Knight. If you were at our last show, he literally picked me up and threw me onto our opponent. Which, by the way, you threw me on my face. Thank you for that.
Sorry, I couldn't help. I got a little ambitious and over rotated you by a little bit.
A little bit. It worked, yes, but I was double check and make sure I wasn't pouring blood out my face, but it did work. We've done it several times before, but that's why I say he's definitely the brawn. But I think we've come up with a few ideas together.
Yes.
So I think we share the brains on that aspect.
Well, like they say, two heads are better than one, and when two heads link up as one, there's no stopping.
Right. A lot of danger. There's a lot of danger in that when it comes to us, but we've been pretty successful doing what we do. So
I just am reminded of the scene in Pacific Rim. You guys are drift compatible. You're connected on a more than just a physical level, but a mental and spiritual level. And
I tell you, it's scary. It's scary getting in that guy's brain because
I'm scared to be in here, and I'm stuck.
Yeah, it's a wild ride.
Want to tee up another simple one, just because I can understand the train of thought, but where's the name The Fam come from? Now, is this just the standard thing of you guys call yourselves The Fam on a casual basis, or is it something that somebody pitched to you? Did you come up? I guess I'm wondering, were you guys just sitting at home one night asking each other, all right, so what do we call ourselves? I don't know, The Fam? I just want to know what was the line of thinking?
Well, it was actually it's just a shorter family. He's my little brother. I'm his older brother. We're family. And when people come up and be like, well, who is he? We're like, that's my fam right there. Or it'd be like, that's our fam over there. That's it. It's just it's just a shortened version of the word family.
I wish we had some elaborate backstory to it, but that's pretty much it.
Nah, you guys don't even need all that though, because less is more. That if anything, that resonates a lot better because you guys are a genuine article. You are family, and you consider each other family to that degree. And I think because I throw the word loosely around. I used to use it I still use it now. I'm a 27-year-old, but I used to use it in high school a lot. I'd be like, "What's up, fam?" So I feel like you guys have a more genuine reason to use that word than I do. So now I want to throw this your way, Alex, just because you said you've been away after a year or so. So what was the exact moment you knew you had to get back into the ring? And what was the moment you knew it had to be at New Genesis Wrestling?
Well, I mean, I just seeing what was going on there with some of their ownership, some of the corruption going on. My brother, he can handle himself through different situations, but I saw what he was dealing with. And then, I was a part of New Genesis, I guess, development, when it was just an idea. So, I mean, it was easy decision to go to return to wrestling with New Genesis because of all the corruption going on there, because I was part of the discussions when the idea was being developed. I mean, plus, I don't know how much you know, and I didn't put too much in my background when I did have the all or nothing match. Thankfully we were able to find a loophole in that to help me return back to wrestling. That was basically it. The decision was made to come in to help my brother and to help this company, this newer company, really get off the ground properly.
Now, I have to ask, that year away, do you think you became a bigger person past that? Like, or I guess let me ask, what exactly is different about Alex Steele now versus a year ago?
He has he didn't have any hair back then. Now, a year off, he's got a whole head of hair now.
Look, I'm trying something new, okay? I've been doing the same look for a long time now, just trying something different. You're shaking it up. Get off me. I would say, the biggest difference between Alex now and Alex then is the nonsense. Like, it's sure, me and Knight, we love to have fun in the ring. We like to have fun outside the ring, but when that bell rings, like, it's time to go to work. And it's time to win. And in a very short amount of time, we've become the first ever two-time NGW Tag Team Champions. I think we've held them the longest. I'll have to double check that. Me and Knight were arguing that the other night. But yeah, it's just, I took a lot of shortcuts and kind of was trying to figure out how could I be the most popular, the prettiest wrestler, and now I'm just like, hey, I'm all about winning, all about making money, and let's have a little fun with my brother along the way.
Gotcha. It's more about the work, but also finding the fun in work, so it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you were trying to figure out how to be the prettiest wrestler. Is that what made you get the hair?
Yeah, I mean. I don't know. I was trying to go to the gym 4 days a week for 3 hours at a time, get the pretty muscles. And I'm like, dude, that's not really me. Like, I like to work out, but I'm not going to kill myself trying to impress other people. I'm here.
Interrupt. What was your secret, man? Because, I'm a little lacking here. I was trying to get my wow.
I mean, aren't we all, bro? Aren't we all?
I'm gonna just
he just dropped it.
I'm gonna just plead the fifth there, gentlemen.
But if you don't mind, Gabe, I'm gonna jump in here real quick. So first off, I want to say to Marcellus, I want to apologize if you happen to notice, such as on Facebook, the Knight is kind of misspelled, and we apologize for that. The spell checker kind of caught it and changed it on us, so we didn't notice.
You know what? I did notice, and I see it all the time because obviously technology is our best friend. So right. They don't make mistakes. So it's
three steps forward, 2 steps back, right?
Right. They see that it's spelled incorrectly to their knowledge. They're like, we'll just fix it later. And then once you hit send, you're like, oh crap, I did not mean to do it like that. Yeah, that's why certain words people get mad, be like, yeah, I'm ducking mad. Yeah, there's no duck in there.
So we are going to attempt to fix that afterwards. We tried to fix it beforehand; it wouldn't let us. But my question for you is: I happened to notice in your bio where you said you started out as an announcer
Yes.
before you were actually a wrestler. So how did that transition come about from an announcer to a wrestler, and how difficult was that transition?
Well, it's actually a funny story. My little brother, Alex Steele, he was wrestling in a company called FTW. And, he was doing this thing or whatever. And I was fresh out the Navy, due to her injury and stuff. So I was recuperating and doing stuff, and went to college for a little while. And once I was able to get on my feet, I was like, hey, little bro, this is our dream and whatever. Why don't you hook your brother up and give me a spot in the company? And of course, he was like, yeah, I got you. Unbeknownst to me, he didn't tell me it wasn't going to be actually wrestling, but he got me a spot. So, I mean, I'm gracious for that. And as an announcer, I'm thinking to myself, I was like, okay, I can't be like every other announcer. I need to set myself apart so people notice me. And as I did that, I showed up and showed out, as always, in a suit. I would announce in a suit. I had a different suit every show, which I still have a different suit pretty much everywhere I go. And so they was like, well, look at here. It must be, you're dressed like a reverend and a pimp at the same time. So the joke started going around that I was Reverend Big Pimpin'. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with it. And so I started announcing at FTW as Reverend Big Pimpin'. And after a while, a few, let's just say, bad people started to pick on your boy because they didn't think I was able to do anything other than announce. So when push came to shove, literally, I got fed up and said, you know what? I'm going to show you that I am more than just an announcer. I'm going to show up and show out in my position in this company. And the rest is history after that.
To follow up on that, I'm sorry, Haas. Did you have another question? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You're good.
No, I wanted to follow up on that just because I covered a little bit of Alex's background, but I wanted to jump into yours. Now, Marcellus, you have a military background, and I have a, I obviously thank you so much for our country. And I just wanted to ask, though, what would you say was harder to train? Would you say basic training is harder or wrestling training? And then I just wanted to ask, but how do you think that your military background changed the way that you prepared for your title defenses, or, just your mentality when it came to wrestling as a whole?
Well, as far as which was harder, I would say wrestling training was a lot harder because in the military, we train to hurt people. So in the wrestling training, we have to train to not get hurt ourselves. So the fact of I have to figure out, the strategic ways to get around someone without actually engaging them was always hard for me, because I'm the type, you got a problem with me, say it to my face, we can deal with it right then and there. I don't back down from anybody, and I don't expect nobody to back down from me. So in a lot of ways in wrestling, there's certain rules and aspects you can't do. Like, you're not supposed to attack your opponent before the bell rings. You're not supposed to attack whoever's talking trash to you outside the squared circle. Now, being in the military, we can attack them when and wherever. So that was the hardest thing for me.
The transition to go from, well, that must have been especially hard because you had to go from, ready to kill to, oh, we're not trying to kill them at all. In fact, we're doing the opposite.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just a whole 360 because you want to hurt them. However, you want them to learn their lesson. In the military, we just wanted to hurt them. We didn't care if they learned the lesson or not, because if you do it again, you gonna F around and find out.
You can just throw that out there, guys.
I don't know if we're truly allowed to cuss, if the hosts are allowed to just cuss, or whatever.
You're good.
Feel free to, just don't Samuel L. Jackson it. That's all we ask.
Okay, well then but no, yeah, it's just with the military, it helps with wrestling and our fights, me and my brother, because I can sit here and we can study our opponents. I've taught him what to look for, and the things that I miss, he can find, which is once again why we say two brains working together as one. Things I miss, he'll find. Things he'll miss, I'll find, and we'll exploit all those differences and weaknesses in our opponent to get the job done.
Yeah, I know that one can lend to the other one quite well, actually, because the group that I commentate for, we actually have a guy named Jamie Hall. He was a combat medic, and we are constantly commenting on the commentary about how, Jamie Hall knows all the pressure points on the body, so obviously he knows how to use those. And he also was trained by the U.S. military to take people or to put people back together. So he knows how to take them apart very well. So, I can see where one lends itself to the other quite easily, and it can help.
Yeah, definitely.
There certainly is some precedent. There's overlap.
Yeah.
Now, I've talked about you individually. We've gotten a little bit of a, background for both of you, and, your individual skill sets and personalities and what you think. Now, I want to throw it towards the tag team aspect, your philosophy. I want to ask, what exactly would you say is the best quality of the fam as a whole? What do you guys bring to the tag division? And now the fam, obviously we've established that's, family, that's you, but is that a closed circle, or would you guys be open to adding anybody else that would be interested in joining? Whether that is additional family or, family in I guess, family in surrogacy in a way.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some extended family, you could say. We used to have a Latin brother.
Victor Cortez.
Yep. And, yeah, and he would join us. He joined us in many battles. Good grief. But he did decide to step away. We've tried to convince him to come back a few times, but when he joins us, we changed the name up a little bit, go by La Familia, just to pay a little homage to him. But
me and Hardcore Haas know something about La Familia. Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
Trademark it, baby. That's our faction in the FWWC. So look, the
okay.
fam gets bigger.
Yeah.
There you go. God,
and then, recently we've had our cousin join us, LVK. So it's still been the fam. And we just look at it like this. If you're, let's see, how do I want to phrase this? If your morals and everything fits what we look for and what we do, our vibe checks, hell, like they say, all family isn't blood. You can pick and choose if you want. So
Absolutely.
yeah, we don't have a problem extending a invitation to, you know, the cookout if you pretty much like-minded like us. So it's not just closed off. You make it, we'll break it. That's all I got to say.
The content of their character is a deciding factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, or at least, I mean, I have more questions, but one I wanted to bring up is that, you know, you guys are former tag team champions. I mean, you just said you were the first ever 2-time champions, and I think it's fair to say you guys are going to be the first 3-time champions, 4-time champions. Now, I have to ask, in the future, when you win these belts, if you could take the NGW tag team titles to another promotion to defend them, where would you want to go and why?
Oh, that's easy. Any and everywhere.
I was just getting ready to say the same thing. Yeah,
So we want
whoever
all the
wants it.
I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah,
I mean-
as the street prophets say, we want all the smoke. So
That's it.
Yeah. You know,
We stay knuckling up, right?
yeah, we want to we say we're the best, and there's no better way to prove it. So
Absolutely. I'm only reminded of I believe it was Tech Nine, the Face Off song, and then I'm thinking of the "We Can Really Rumble Like Jackie in the Bronx." Like that's
oh yeah, that was King Iso's verse. So yeah, yeah,
so good. Now, and
Yeah.
on the subject of music, I just wanted to point this out. But Marcellus, I noticed you have some soundproofing in your room there, and I believe that's a guitar in the bottom left there. Is that a bass, regular acoustic, electric?
It's actually 2 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we able to get a look, or are they in a specific spot? I'm curious.
I can move them out the way. Just
we got a ton of stuff in there.
In the way,
yeah,
then
because
please
this is also my music studio. This is where I create, obviously, entrance music for other wrestlers as well.
Where's the popcorn machine?
Right here.
Yeah. So
Matter of fact, here. Let me see.
Hey, we got the exclusive here. I was going to take an opportunity to mention I'm a very big fan of your posters in the background there. I see a Dragon Ball superhero.
oh man.
I'm a very big fan myself.
Yeah,
but I've seen plenty of Batmans.
I mean,
so at the risk of asking, I'm not the most equipped for music, but what kind of guitars are those? Oh, look at that. Look at that.
That and then
classic. Can't go wrong with it.
Just custom. That's a Gibson and Flying V. And then one of the things that I am very happy and proud of, a fan made this for me.
Oh, let's get a look. Oh, look at that.
It's diamond art of one of our matches.
Oh my gosh. I have some of the they did that custom. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
Is that Tobias?
Yeah, that's Tobias. That's
clearly he found out. Hey.
Yeah, I thought it was neat. I got it at a show that was like, Marcellus, we wanted to give this to you, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, as you see, Dragon Ball Z. I'm a huge anime fan as well.
You come to the right place, sir. Hardcore Haas will tell you I could fill the entire 2 hours just talking about it.
Yeah, and then I'm a huge Weird Al fan as well.
Now, does that implement its way into your music at all?
That I wish it could. Oh yeah, Harley, of course. And then as you see,
I see all those programs on your computer. You're working, sir.
Oh yeah. I music, games. I stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So, and as you see, the shirt, we also work with Wrestling for a Cure.
Look at that. Yeah. Making the family bigger by helping everybody else's family.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to show you this because I put it away. But
that's lit. That's awesome.
And then
Spirit Bomb 2. That's Haas. You are not a Dragon Ball Z fan, so I don't expect you to understand. But that's some of the coolest merch you will ever see.
I forgot.
Yes. Oh my god.
I had to, since you are a fan as well. So yeah,
I used to have a set of my own, and I got them signed by Sean Schemmel and Scott McNeil. So I had Piccolo and Goku, and I lost them years ago.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
Jeez.
Hold on. So you're saying you lost your balls?
Yes, sir.
I knew it was coming.
It's funny you mentioned that because that was actually the conversation I had with Scott McNeil. I went to go over to him and he was like, "Now, what's the magic word?" And I said, "Please." Like I wasn't sure, and he went, "No, can you sign my balls?" It was just, so
Got him.
I'll give you a little funny note. There hasn't been a single match that Marcellus and I have been in where we haven't quoted some form of Dragon Ball Z. Like
now,
either.
I don't mean to take the tangent here, Haas, just because I like to throw in the curveball questions, something a little out there besides wrestling. Now, what are your favorite quotes from Dragon Ball Z? I'll bullet point this. We'll just go down the list. But what are your favorite quotes from Dragon Ball Z?
Well, see, here's the tough part. Because our favorite quotes aren't from the actual anime itself.
Right.
It's from the abridged version.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, honestly,
You guys
during the
scream,
match,
I am the hype.
Oh yeah, that was what he said last show.
and one of the shows where every time we go against PYT, they disqualify themselves by hitting us with low blows. I just yelled out one time.
He keeps hitting me.
Kicking me in the dick. Why?
Why does he keep
Why is he kicking me in the dick?
I went to help him up. I went to help him up after the match. I said, I can't believe he kicked you in the dick.
Look, Haas, if you're ever going to get into Dragon Ball, watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged. All right, it's a good way to learn the series.
I guarantee you will probably have to change your pants because you will laugh so hard you will.
Oh, we wrestled the boys one time, and I forget who was on the apron, but I was arguing with him across the ring, and he goes, "Stop it, little green," and I lost it.
Super Kami Dende. No.
And then in one of our matches, was it against the boys? I'm trying to remember. Or was it the Heathen Army? It was one of the two. We actually did the fusion double elbow.
Fusion dance? Yeah. Was it for the first time?
Yeah.
The first time we did it, like we weren't sure how it was gonna go, but like we set up for it, the whole crowd. Yep.
Just want to show you guys a piece of my collection since we're talking about fusion.
I thought he was gonna do the fusion dance.
So did I.
I mean, I could try. It's not gonna come on camera though. But just so you guys can see this,
Nice.
This is a Gogeta. This is about a foot tall. It's the size of my forearm. And I am a custom designer, so I'm getting into this recently. I love painting Gundams. I'm trying to paint this guy up to look Super Saiyan God.
You said that's Gogeta?
Yes, sir.
That looks like Vegito, not Gogeta.
Nah, dude, he's got the vest.
So they
No, I think he's. Yeah.
You should wait a minute.
Look, he's holding the thing. This isn't actually what it is. I put this on.
He said that's not actually what it is.
He's got the thing. He's got the Stardust Breaker. It's accurate. It's canon.
It's canon.
I mean, I'm gonna paint it so it's something that's not canon. But look, I like Super Saiyan God. Fight me.
See, when you were showing things, you showed race cars, and that's my wheelhouse. I'm the NASCAR guy, so yeah.
Well, I got every Batmobile
like
Hot Wheels has ever made. If that makes you happy.
So just so we can try to move on, because I don't want this to turn into the Dragon Ball Z podcast.
Yeah, because I mean, I switch cameras. I got way more stuff in the other room.
Although I will say, Marcellus, talk to me after the show because I would like to make that a thing if we could. But just to kind of put a cap in it and to ask, because you mentioned the catchphrases you use from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Next time, I'm going to challenge you guys to do this, just because it's from the original series. I want you guys to scream, "I'm a Super Saiyan, and you can burn in hell." I just need to hear that. Just tell that to your opponent as you're still on them. And just to throw it out there, just so we can get it a quick one out there. But favorite character, favorite transformation, favorite movie. Go.
You want to go first?
So my favorite character is Vegeta, hands down. And then my favorite transformation has got to be the first time he went Super Saiyan and everybody freaked out. Favorite movie though, oh man, I might have to come back on that one because
we'll save it for the end of the program.
Yeah, that's
my favorite is Vegeta as well.
Mm-hmm. If you had to pick somebody besides Vegeta, just because he already answered that.
That doesn't count. Older, I could have went first. Anyway,
I mean, if it helps, I'm a tie between Piccolo and Vegeta.
All right,
I'm good with Piccolo too.
Chris Sabat. All right, I can get behind that.
And I mean, if I had to pick another one, I would go with Krillin. Because I mean, think about it. Everybody else is stronger and beating the crap out of him, but he's still there and will fight, knowing he's going to get dog walked in the battle.
They pointed it out in Dragon Ball Z Bridge. Krillin was a Saiyan; he'd be unstoppable.
Yeah, as many times as he died and be close to dying, he probably would have hit Ultra Instinct before Goku.
He would have hit it myself.
But favorite transformation was in the newest Broly movie when he was standing on the mountain and he was just flying up in the air to go Super Saiyan God Blue. But as he was flying in the air, he was hitting every transformation all the way up to it. Just transcended all of them. And then when he got done, he just stood there was like, now what? And I'd have to say favorite movie was the newest Broly one.
I can't blame you. It's my favorite. Broly goes so hard. They turn him into the Hulk and Tarzan, and I'm all here for it.
Right. But that's in the originals. Now, if we go a different route, my favorite abridged movie is Fusion Reborn, which they changed it to where it's a Christmas episode. So Goku is fighting Santa the whole time. And it is, I swear, if you haven't seen it, you need to see it. It is hilarious.
So we're reaching that point here. Haas, I'm sorry. Were you trying to read in here?
Yeah, we kind of took over.
I'm sorry. That's kind of what we end up doing a lot. On any podcast, we end up just go.
That's okay. I mean, hey, that's what we like here. We like the guests to feel right at home and feel like they're in their wheelhouse and can just go right on with it. So we enjoy that. But to kind of bring it back to the wrestling aspect, what is next for the family?
Ooh, I mean, really, sky's the limit. We just want to be the best. I mean, we said it earlier. We get those titles back, and who knows? We could take them to another company and go title for title. Walk out double champs.
Right. They will have 2 belts.
Yeah, and then hey, I mean, who knows? We last year we put our titles on the line at Wrestle for a Cure event up in Springfield, Illinois. So who knows? We could win 2 belts, take them there, and try and get a 3rd belt. So
Haas is your expert on double champion, so I think you guys will be able to meet up on that.
And then, but the only way to truly answer that question is to just watch.
Yeah.
The only way to know what's going to happen next and what's going on with us is to come to shows, find out where the family's going to be, and just watch us dominate pretty much.
Well,
Yeah.
and I know I definitely will be, checking out the fam as much as I can. And I'm here in West Virginia, so, unfortunately I can't come to the shows personally, but, I'll be checking things out on social media, and
Yeah.
Well, how about this? If you know of any promotions out there in West Virginia that might be looking for some competition, I'm not going to put us out there and say some real competition because everybody's real competition. But if you know anybody out there that's looking for a tag team, let us know. We may make that trip.
All right. Well, I know a couple people that might be interested.
I'm sorry, I talked over you there, Haas. You said
I was saying I know a couple people who might be interested, so we'll have to see what we can do.
I had said we got to get Gavin on the horn, man. Sure wouldn't mind having the fam on in WDWA.
Hey, just add to our resume.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But
and I don't mean to cut all y'all off, but I was just reminded. Every company that me and my brother have been in as a tag team, we've held titles. So I'm just putting that out there.
Well, when you talk about competition and holding titles, can we get the guy from the truck to come back in here?
What truck?
Well, I'm over here trying to drink my coffee, and you know what? Since they threw the challenge out there, I would love to see them shoot over to the FWWC and take on me and Gabe. Like just down there, come on, man! It's fantasy wrestling, but man, how much fun would that be, man? Just to cut.
Why would they take on you and Gabe when the Haas Mafia, Hardcore Haas, and Susie Haas are the tag team champions? Why would they take on you two scrubs?
The reason they got by so far, Alex and Marcellus, is because they didn't square up to the Assassin Syndicate. That's it. All right, I think we all know what would happen.
But
hey,
the reason
we're not, like I said earlier, we don't back down from anybody. We'll take both of y'all on at the same time. We've done it before.
Correct.
Yeah.
We've taken on the Heathen Army and TNT in a TLC match. So
you got it. You got to show them the custom titles we have here. This ain't just an off-brand fantasy wrestling group. We got real custom titles and everything. You got to show them.
I don't have mine in reach.
How the hell you not represent your damn title?
Ace, I gotta teach you the fusion dance.
But the reason I asked Ace to come back in here is we have what's known as the Wrestle Talk Podcast World Famous Game Show Challenge
That I have yet to win, and you're gonna embarrass me.
And I have heard that Ace thinks he can beat you two in the Game Show Challenge.
I mean, hey, he might be able to.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ace, you were the one who was saying earlier you beat House of Horrors 2-on-1, so why don't you do it here for the Game Show Challenge with the fam?
Hey, win or lose, I can't back down. I got this.
All right.
So Gabe will be hosting our Game Show Challenge tonight, and I will sit back and judge in case any answers come close. I'll decide.
You're always sitting back judging. That's what you do. You're a judgy person.
Hey, we listen, but we don't judge.
Oh, we judge all right. We definitely judge him.
Well, that's okay because I judge you all the time. So
We still love you.
I'm just glad you finally got rid of that damn track phone and got a real phone that has a real.
Right? I mean, dude, I stay out in the sticks. I didn't think it was going to get no better than that.
But if the guys in the back want to hit our game show music, because we even have a little bit of music for it, I'll let Gabe take things away.
All right, enough of that.
That's 70s right there.
Yeah.
It's some Brady Bunch kind of stuff, man.
Nah, it kind of sounds like the intro music to the Match Game in the 70s.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say with the boxes, we look like Hollywood squares right now.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's a big square over there.
Ladies and gentlemen of the FWC and the Wrestle Talk podcast family, welcome to this week's installment of the world famous Wrestle Talk podcast Game Show Challenge. Tonight's contest is scheduled for the best 2 out of 3 falls. Our contestants are Marcellus Knyght and Alex Steele, the fam, the one and only, versus our very own Wrestle Talk podcast's Ace. Tonight's Wrestle Talk podcast challenge is Name the Team. So in a few moments, I will give you the names of wrestlers that made up a tag team. When you think you know what they are called as a tag team, shout out your answer. The first person to answer correctly wins tonight's content. Now, just want to throw this out there, guys. Even if you get the answer wrong, you can still answer again. So if you got like 5 different answers in your head and you get it wrong, you can still rattle it off. You are not exempt from answering. But Ace, do you understand the rules?
Yeah.
Marcellus and Alex, you both understand the rules.
Wait, are you asking?
I'm asking.
Yeah, we got it.
Make sure we're on the up and up.
Yeah.
Alrighty, gentlemen, your first question. So these are the members of this team. We have Loverboy, Dennis Condrey, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, and Sweet Stan Lane. Who is this team?
The Hollywood Blondes.
That is incorrect.
Damn, that's kind of where I was going.
Honestly, I thought the same thing.
The beautiful people. No.
Damn.
Wait, what's name them again? Name them again.
Yeah.
That is Loverboy, Dennis Condrey, Beautiful Bobby Eaton, and Sweet Stan Lane.
Sweet Stan. Bobby Eaton.
Don't be Googling now, Ace.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, I wouldn't. My hands
Watch
are right
those
here.
hands.
Okay. Damn.
I think that would got all of us.
Yeah.
We need a point here.
Oh man.
Well, you do have an extra question, so if nobody
is
knows
true.
this one, you can.
All right. Well, then we'll throw out one here. Haas, do you know?
Wait, the Fabulous Freebirds.
That is incorrect.
You know, I was.
I'm just going.
I was like, no, that was Hayes. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, Hayes and Eaton remind me of each other.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, wait a minute. Now that's Hayes.
All right.
Um.
We're gonna give this point to the house, gentlemen. The answer you were looking for is the Midnight Express.
Ah.
You know, that was actually one of my very first matches in the Indies, though. You know, when I was still a jobber and everything, it was actually against them. That was really cool. That was a good experience.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, gentlemen. Question number 2.
Damn.
Your tag team to identify. We have Axe, Smash,
Demolition.
the
Damn, we got
winner
that quick.
first fall, Marcellus Knight and Alex Steele. The fam is on the board.
Woohoo!
That answer is correct, gentlemen. Alrighty. Now, Ace, because we skipped the first question, if they get this last one, or if they get this next one, they have officially beaten you. So, gentlemen, are you all ready for your third question?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. So your third tag team to identify. We have Buddy Roberts, Jeffrey Brown, and/or Steve Austin, and Brian Pillman. Who is this tag team?
I almost said the Outsiders, but
Damn it.
That is
It's not
Steve
there
Austin.
in my head, man.
Shit. Oh, what is their name?
Pillman, Buddy Roberts, and Jerry Brown.
okay, you said Brian Pillman, Steve Austin,
Or Buddy Roberts and Jerry Brown.
or Buddy Roberts, Jerry.
That was on my end. I shouldn't have named all 4 of them. It made it sound like they were a faction.
Oh,
It's two separate teams. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of stumped on this,
That's-
man. It's right there on the top of my damn head.
I will give you guys a hint. You had already answered it. With
Is that
first...
I was gonna say, is that the Hollywood Blondes?
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Steele has scored the fall, and the fam has officially taken the second question here in the Wrestle Talk Podcast Challenge. Now, Ace, you have officially lost it via points, but we do have a third question here. Alex and Marcellus, you have the option. Would you like to make it all for nothing, or would you just like to do the last question to give Ace a pity point?
Ooh, I mean,
Well, we're here to show up and show out, so let's go.
yeah, let's go for it all.
All or nothing? All right, Ace, this is your last chance. If not,
I don't see why y'all do this to me. I feel like that group from Pitch Perfect where they lose every little thing they go again. Come on now.
Never drew a dime. Not a
I mean,
dime.
you get this one
Not a
right,
dime.
you win.
Never drew a dime.
Yeah,
I got you. I
Not
got
a
you.
dime.
Dummy. Yeah.
yeah.
Dummy. Yeah.
That's got to be Hoss over.
All right, gentlemen, your fourth and final question and tag team to identify here to determine the winner of the world famous Wrestle Talk Podcast Challenge are Alex Shelley and
Motor
Chris.
City Machine Guns.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the third and final fall, all or nothing. Trying to find it. The fam is victorious over our very own Ace.
Is that Final Fantasy?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah.
The spoils are yours, gentlemen. Please please frolic and enjoy your victory lap. Ace.
We'll get some
Buddy.
chocobos.
I'm 0-5 right this man. I'm gonna start doing this.
Alrighty, well, we're going to make sure we have officially made up our new gimmick on the Wrestle Talk podcast. We need the Ace losing the game show challenge counter.
It's become a trend, man. I'm like, I can't be beat in the ring, but I'll be damned if I can't get beat in this damn field.
This is going to turn into Kurt Hawkins very quickly, isn't it?
Yes.
We're going to reach episode 5. We're going to reach episode 650, and Ace is still going to be looking for
My own
that.
streak going, okay? I'm gonna see how long this can go.
Hey, we got kids.
But Alex, Marcellus, I just got to take the opportunity to say you are two of the classiest acts I have ever met here in my time in the Wrestle Talk podcast and in the world of professional wrestling. I can already tell you've done so much in your illustrious career, and I can tell we aren't even at the tip of the iceberg for what you guys plan to accomplish in the world. And just on behalf of everybody here, Ace, Hardcore Haas, myself, Susie Haas, Renee, Luke Roberts, and even for Dewan and Perry, who could not be here, we just want to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for taking this time out of your day to be able to speak to us. And we want to welcome you to the Wrestle Talk podcast family, or fam, if you will.
Well, I appreciate the invite. I mean,
Yeah.
I know there's numerous tag teams out there that you guys have had and or could have, and you decided to ask us. So we appreciate just being asked.
Yeah.
And before you guys go, if you would let everybody know, where can they catch you? You know, what do you have coming up? Where can they find you? And also shout out your social medias so they know where they can follow the fam on social media.
I'll let him go first because I have a whole
Yeah.
Don't think I didn't see that, Ace. Wait, what would we do here? Oh, okay, yeah, no. So suddenly we don't know what we were talking about. Yeah, let's get that square center in the screen there. You didn't think I caught that, did you?
No, I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not on social media as much these days. I got a lot of stuff going on at home, so I don't follow it like I should. But I do have. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Currently, the only place you can see me right now is just NGW. Currently working to expand out and do some more shows outside of NGW out in the Midwest area. But yeah, that's about it for me. My brother, he's got a bunch of stuff going on social media wise.
I'll throw this out there then. If they were looking to book you, where can they contact you guys?
For me, definitely Facebook. Facebook will be the easiest. Just add Alex Steele.
Tell them how to spell Steele correctly.
Yeah, it's Steele. Yeah, a lot of people leave the E off at the end. So.
Yeah, in our title, we got Steele right. We just can't get Knight right.
And Marcellus, where can we find you on your social medias? And you said Twitch.
Yeah, you can find me in several places. Facebook.com is KNYGHT. You can find me on Twitch under the same name, Marcellus_Knyght. You can find me on YouTube as Marcellus Knyght. I'm on an app called Favorited under Marcellus Knyght. And if you want to reach me, like I said, I'm on Facebook. You can find me. I got the backdrop of Batman and my face. So there it is right there. You're muted.
You got my vote there, buddy. I just want to see that on screen.
So yeah, I'm also wrestling for IWA Productions in Mount Vernon. I wrestle for Ignite Pro Wrestling in I keep wanting to say Centerville, but it's Carterville, Illinois, out by Marion. I wrestle in Springfield with Wrestling for a Cure. I'm just pretty much all over the place.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we definitely want to thank you for coming on. Thank you for your time. And, you know, any last things that you'd like to say before we let you go?
I think I just want to say, go ahead and check out the NGW, the New Genesis Wrestling Facebook page. They had just launched a new app that you can download from the Play Store or on your TV, and it's got every single show that we've done. It's got every interview that they've done with their podcast, and a little bit of background into the wrestlers. It's still currently, you know, trying to improve and everything, but I mean, I got on it the other day. I mean, it's very straightforward and simple to use. So I definitely check that out.
Yeah, I'll show you right here. NGW Unlimited.
Oh, look, camera guys watching NGW Unlimited. That's right.
You click that. You got all our shows from the first show to the latest show. You got all the high voltage podcast episodes. All is right there at the fingertip, and it's got our roster. So everything is right there, fingertips away. It's on Apple, Android, Roku, Samsung TV, and you can put it on your tablets. You can put it on anything.
Put it on your blender and your vacuum cleaner in 2026.
Hey,
no kidding.
No kidding. There's TVs out now where you can put stuff on the door. I mean, I said TVs. I meant fridges.
Refrigerators. Yeah, I knew where you're going.
You got samples of your music on your page, though. Like, I mean, you play music, and I sang that earlier and all, and you make these songs for, like, your intros and all. Do you have samples of that, like, on your page?
Kind of. Like the stuff you hear on my gaming page and on like some of my YouTube pages, it is me. I use it as intros for music that I made. I made ours. I made mine single competitors. I made quite a few. Some of them are actually on Spotify. So, yeah.
Well, you may have heard earlier, you know, that we did a segment called Shoot and Shout. Of course, we have our game show challenge, or we'll be doing an outro here soon. But if you ever playing around, and you can always feel free to make an intro for one of those for us.
Hey, all you gotta do, just hit me up and we'll go over the logistics of what you want and how you want it. And I'll go from there.
I'm still looking for intro music, so
Got you. Just hit me up on Facebook. I got you.
But I just from here at the Wrestle Talk podcast to the fam, gentlemen, thank you so much, and we wish you a good night. All right, the fam, ladies and gentlemen, lit round of applause.
All right.
All right, guys.
Another great episode, I tell you.
5:30.
Great guests, and what more can we ask for?
Dude, it was 5:01 yesterday, and now we're at 5:33. Yeah. We're only 17 away from 550. That's half of 100 up to episode 600 in a show that's been running for 500 episodes. This is where we're at in 2026, ladies and gentlemen. The FWWC and the Wrestle Talk podcast, we've been crushing it. Like we're going in strong, new formats, bringing back old segments. I feel like we're a well-oiled machine, and I just want to say, Ace, thank you so much for being our I almost said third wheel. I'm sorry. I love you, man. Thank you so much for being our third leg. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, sorry.
I have an identical twin, and we used to have to double date all the time, so I know how it goes. I mean, the third wheel thing, I got you.
Well, and that's okay. A tricycle can't go without its third wheel, right?
There you go.
But that's what bicycles are for.
I was fixing to say, yeah, that's true. But I mean, I got the sentiment. He actually was halfway nice on that one.
But before we do get out of here, though, I do want to mention a few things. And yes, the first one I know Gabe knows more about than I do. So, Gabe, why don't you mention the first one from MLW there?
I absolutely. You guys know I am the resident MLW aficionado in the Wrestle Talk podcast. I just want to use his exact wording here, just because this is on behalf of our one, the only, the night owl, Renee Martinez. But if we get this on screen, guys, MLW is currently collabing. Oop, wait,
wrong one.
Where is it? Where do we put this thing?
It's up there. It's in there somewhere.
Then I guess I'm not seeing it. Oh my goodness. That's not it. That is not it either.
Do we have it other than in the
I have the high spots, but I don't have that.
We might only have that one.
What? I think what it was is that one might got deleted when you tried to add the other ones, remember? Because that little thing said it was out of storage.
We'll save it, but just so everybody can see here, it's a little, we got to zoom in there, but MLW is pairing up with New Japan Pro Wrestling and CMLL to bring you guys Fantastica Mania USA. It will, for 2026, ladies and gentlemen, they will be returning. And prior to that, and I just got to take my opportunity here, guys, because I am this guy, but MLW is back in Florida. Battle Riot is this 26th in January. It's right around the corner, and I'm on my knees, guys. I will move my chair out of the way, but I'm on my knees. Sean, please give me another press pass. I'm so ready to see MLW once again. I need to see Matt Riddle. I need to meet Dijak. I'm so glad you guys are here, but MLW Battle Riot, you better go watch it, and if you're in Florida, you better go see it, because I'm going to be there, and we'll see everybody else there. But Fantastica Mania, sometime this year, be sure to check it out.
With all due respect, you was very quick to get on your knees for that. That just brings up so many questions about your willingness to get on your knees for stuff.
Look, sir, if it's a hole, it's a goal. All right, that's just priorities.
It happens, man.
And while we're talking about shows here, because we definitely want to shout out all of a lot of the great shows that we know of. There's a couple of things coming up with SICW. They just had a vendor announcement. They have ticket and hotel reservations for at Radisson Hotel for FanFest. And they have a lot of great people coming to the FanFest, and I believe we have another poster for it that shows a lot of them. You can see Spike Huber, Demolition, Mickey James, D-Lo, Paul Ellering, Doink, Mick Foley, JBL, Brooklyn Brawler, Teddy Long, Powers of Pain, Harvey Whippleman, just so many great people that you can meet there at the SICW Fan Fest. So be sure to check out the Fan Fest. The SICW, there's some great people out there, and we absolutely love to shout out their stuff. And this coming weekend, myself, you can catch me at WDWA, and I believe we have the poster for their upcoming show.
Do we? Wait.
There it is.
That's it.
So you'll catch me at WDWA Chill Factor. That'll be at South Berkeley Fire Hall in Inwood, West Virginia. Got a lot of great matches on the card. A Mid-Atlantic Championship match on the card. The return of Axel Crow. He'll be back at this show, and he'll be trying to even the score. And anyway, my mind just went blank for some reason. But yeah,
I guess I'm not the only one who's tongue-tied when they're excited about these events coming up.
Now, can we just blame it on age? I mean, it happens, and
Yeah, exactly. So be sure to check that out as well. And
I have it actually listed here. There we go. Because I was just able to upload it, so we get a better look at it. So that's
there we go.
Well, WDWA, I guess we should get out the way. Phrase that horribly. That's SICW. Oh my god.
But
I'm so fired.
Jeebus.
So yeah, Chill Factor. Be sure to check us out. Belltown 615, South Berkeley Fire Hall. I'll be there. Susie Haas will be there, and lots of great talent on the card. So, be sure to check it out. And so, Gabe, you wanted to show the other one again?
Yes, and I wanted to do an actual proper description of this. So that is Fantastica Mania USA, ladies and gentlemen. MLW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Consejo de Mundo de Lucha Libre. They will be arriving in April 12th to Charleston, host historic Supercard. We're coming to Charleston, South Carolina, ladies and gentlemen. That's MLW. And I would like to plug their next event. That is Battle Riot. So be sure to stay out, whether that's their YouTube channel, whether that's their, I believe that's on Bein Sports or Fightful. But be sure to check out their information, guys. You can find your tickets on the MLW website. You can find more pressing minutes, their roster, everything you need to see. And I don't care because I'm still on my knees right now. But Sean, I want to go to MLW Battle Riot, please. Please, I want to go so badly. I need to buy a new bag. My drawstring one broke. All right. Well, that's enough sucking up on my end. But
yeah, I mean, that was almost sad, but we're just going to leave that there.
But yeah, definitely check out all of your local promotions, support your independent companies, because, that's where the start begins. And, I know that some people, they've never been to an independent show and they think, why do I want to go to this local show? I don't know anybody. Well, guess what? You'll get to know people. And not only do you actually get to know them, at the same time, some of these people may show up on AEW, may show up on WWE, may show up at MLW. You never know where they're going to show up. TNA, so it's, when they do show up there, you can say, hey, I saw them back when. So, be sure to support your independent wrestling shows. I don't want to put you on the spot. I know you weren't expecting it, but Ace, do you know of anything in your area going on?
We actually do, and I have more information like later. I don't want to like misquote the dates and stuff like that. But there's a charity event, and we just actually had one where we had Luke Gallows and all them in there. Oh shoot! Right off, I know I got the poster for it, and I'll upload it and advertise it and stuff on the next episode. But yeah, we actually do. We have a lot going on here in Georgia, and I mean this is like wrestling capital. So anywhere you turn, we also have micro wrestling, which is, if you haven't paid attention, I guess if you're going to be politically correct, little people. I mean, come on, they're midgets. So it's midget wrestling, and it's awesome. I swear, if you've never watched it, it's amazing. It's going to be happening right there in Valdosta, Georgia, here in about 2 weeks. So yeah, I mean, if you're in the Georgia area, hit up Valdosta and around Tallahassee and stuff like that. I mean, it's everywhere around there. It's awesome.
Yeah, the micro wrestling, I have been to them several times. They are absolute blast to watch. So,
mind blowing with the acrobatics and stuff. I mean, it just blows my mind. I mean, entertaining to watch, obviously, but great talent.
So, and before we go, I wanted to give each of you a chance to shout out stuff going on in your area. So now that we've got that out the way, I think one of the last things we have to do housekeeping wise is we got to hit those sponsors one more time. You want to read them out for us, Gabe?
I was going to say, did I do them last time, or did you guys do the first two?
I did the first two.
All righty. Well, as always, the Wrestle Talk podcast would like to thank all of our great sponsors. That's including Retro Zone, Painter's Dream Productions, the Independent St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame, Doomed Outfitters, head by our very own Ace, World Domination Wrestling Alliance, and the FWWC. Ace, you better send me my damn belt. But this has been Gabriel Arsen, Hardcore Haas, and Ace, coming to you once again from the Wrestle Talk podcast. We are here to say thank you and good night.